Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Tuesday's high school football game. This evening, WHSA varsity football action.
Up there, aren't
Tipton High School.
coaches up there.
Yeah.
Working at 6 different players, two players in France. Working with two players this tonight. We got some more of our loyal and hardy Twin Lakes fans. While we're waiting for that to get underway, we're a little over halfway out. Twin Lakes PAT club has the court to get the fired up. And just a little bit.
Anything is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Twin Lakes High School, home of the Indians. We're in Monticello, Indiana. We welcome you to today's education-based Indiana high school varsity football game. Tonight, it's the Tipton Blue Devils and the Twin Lakes Indians. This internet radio coverage is made possible by audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Robbie Kendall, providing internet radio access for FootMe and sports since 2008. So what, it's a windy night. We're going to talk right now. Head coach of the Tipton Blue Devils, Coach Aaron Toll. I tell you what, Coach, this field is just a different color than yours.
It's brand new, first year for it. It's a beautiful complex. It's a beautiful Friday night. Hopefully we play as good as it looks.
So what, Coach, I'm going to mention, you are friends, no question, with the coach on the other sideline. I'm going to mention Coach Aaron Toll, 63% winning percentage. Coach Kevin O'Shea, 67.9. That's pretty darn close.
He is a one heck of a football coach. I think he's got 5 state championships under his belt from his time there at LCC. Has been lots of different places. I think Delta, McCutcheon, LCC, North Central, and now he's back here. So he is one heck of a football coach, and it's always a great challenge to coach against a Hall of Fame coach like he is. And to be honest, I don't think I've ever beaten him. So would really like to break that streak tonight.
I'll mention, Coach, you're 2-0. You beat South Adams. You did that on a neutral site. Last week you had Elwood. You got a decisive win. Are you not glad that lightning happened way after you guys were done with the game?
Yeah, that's that would have been. I've done that multiple times to where you have to either you get the game started on Friday and you have to come back on Saturday or you have to play the whole thing on Saturday. You just it's better just to get in on Friday and there was some lightning 10 or 12 miles away and it seemed to stay away and we were very thankful that we got the game in and played a pretty good ball game, got a lot of people in the game and so it worked out really well because a lot of the state had to play entire games or come back and do it a second time on Saturday.
Twin Lakes last week just got out of it in time before the original kickoff, came back, played the whole game on Saturday.
Yeah, and that's just you're dealing with high school kids, so anytime it's different and something changes, you're not sure what you're going to get. But they beat Delphi 35-0, and looked pretty good doing it. So they're a good football team. We're going to have to bring our A game tonight for sure.
Coach, if you don't mind, I want to talk about your freshmen. You've got some freshman instant contributors. Larry will attest to this. 59, Joe Vaughtaw.
We've kind of found Joe, and we've been looking for some defensive linemen, and Joe brings a motor. That's the bottom line. He plays hard, and he's quick. He's strong, and he brings a motor. I think Twin Lakes throws it 60%, 70% of the time, so we're going to need a pass rush tonight. So we're gonna look to a freshman to do that. So he will bring a motor, and he's got a big job in front of him.
You've got a freshman. He wears number 2. He plays quarterback. He may go home with you sometimes, but I got to mention Quinn Toll having a tremendous early campaign.
Yeah, he's contributing. Probably going to see him on both sides of the ball tonight. He's just a pretty cool character and doesn't let things bother him, doesn't let things get under his skin. And that's kind of contagious. And in this game of football, that's important a lot of times. So he has done some good things in the first couple games, but competition's going to get much, much more stout as we go here. So he's going to have to continue to improve.
Now, you think enough of Jaron Aller. He is your only freshman starter. He starts at tight end, 6'2", 213. He wears number 86.
Yeah, Jaron certainly looks the part, and he is a great kid. He's a straight A kid. He is he's very, very coachable. He's a freshman in a junior or senior body. So we are bringing him along, and I just think he's got a lot of talent, and he's going to be one that he's going to get better every week.
Coach, I looked this year, not very often, but this year you're using a double tight end. You bring 84 Zach Ridgway in. He's catching passes.
Zach's third. He's the third of three brothers that I've coached, and he's another one of those guys that has great work ethic, and we're getting him some experience both at wide receiver and tight end, and even some outside linebacker. So, he's another one that's starting to get some varsity experience, and we need him to continue to get better and better each week.
Coach, the last time you were on this field, it was grass. You went home with a decisive victory. I remember that game.
Yeah, it's we were talking pregame. This is their very first season for the turf, and we have had some success against them in the past. That was before Coach O'Shea came back, but hope to continue that streak tonight.
Coach, last thing we'll mention, synthetic field turf tonight. Okay, the first 3 weeks you played grass last week. Your next 3 games are at home. Each of your next 3 opponents, that's Western, Rensselaer Central, Heritage, they all play on grass. Is that going to be good for the Blue Devils since they play on turf?
I don't know how. I'm just glad we get to play at home, to be honest. I think 5 of our last 6 games are at home, and this is a long road trip. It's a challenge to our kids tonight. It's a long ways to be on a bus after a day of school, so kind of excited to see how we react to that hour and 20-minute bus ride. Our pregame has been pretty flat a little bit, so hopefully we're saving it for 7:30.
Coach, thank you. Go Blue Devils.
Absolutely, go Blue Devils.
So we're going to walk this way. We're going to have a conversation. Can you hold it? Thank you, Larry. Had some wind there. I'll tell you what, we'll walk this direction. Double check right here, 703. We're going to have a conversation with the opposing coach. We're going to talk to Kevin O'Shea. Quite a gentleman. I tell you what, the guy knows football. That's without question. He's beginning his 32nd year of coaching, as Coach Toll mentioned. He's been a few places, maybe 4, maybe 5, and he's been good at each and every place.
Yeah, he sure has. I remember him at Lafayette Central Catholic and also at North Central in Indianapolis. Did a heck of a job with both those teams. So I'm sure he's already started building this program. You look at the amount of players he has that are, freshmen. I think he's got 21 freshmen and maybe 15, 16 sophomores, many of them contributing. So he's building it from the ground up like he's done before.
It sure is. I tell you what, why we've got to mention Michelle Garman. For comprehensive coverage of Tipton County sports, check out the Tipton County Tribune. The printed edition is published every Wednesday, but one does not have to wait until Wednesday for sports stories as well as other stories, including breaking content. It's available online at TiptonCountyTribune.com. The Tipton County Tribune is owned by Cherry Road Media. A subscription to the printed edition also includes an online subscription. Online subscriptions are also available. One can also follow Michelle Garman on X, that's Twitter. You can reach her at the @ Michelle, that's 2 L's, _Garman. Again, that's @ Michelle _Garman for updates and scores for Tipton County sports teams. Fans are encouraged to like the Tipton County Tribune page on Facebook. Michelle Garman, you can find her on Instagram under her name, Michelle Garman. I tell you what, Larry, tonight is the second night of the Pork Festival. They'll have another one tomorrow. That is a happening town.
Tell you what, yeah, if you've ever been around Tipton around Pork Festival time, you better, if you got to get through it, you better go around it because I enjoyed some tenderloins today at lunchtime working at the middle school today, and enough to eat and enough to see there for 3 or 4 days. So, yeah, we're going to be in the middle school is going to be in the parade tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It's going to be a parade going through town. So anybody up and around the area, come on out, and there'll be all kinds of festivities.
Absolutely. Pork Festival, you can get pork. I tell you what, I think this is year number 51, if I'm not mistaken, for the Tipton County Pork Festival.
I think that's what they said. So, they're getting up there in years, but every year it seems to get bigger and better.
Absolutely. I tell you what, they're still throwing time ups over here on the Twin Lakes Indian side. And they're playing some good music. They're playing some Journey up and down the boulevard. I tell you what, this Journey, Don't Stop Believing. They say pop songs, this is the most favorite song in our nation.
I'll tell you what, every 70s, 80s rock cover band plays this song, it seems like. So every wedding you go to, I think it's on. So, yeah, I'm sure. I hope they're getting royalties for all that, you know.
There's going to be a cover band at the Belfry. The Belfry right there off of 37. Go Greenfield Pike, and just go about a mile to the east. But we're going to walk this direction, try to have a little bit of conversation, a little bit of couple words with Coach Kevin O'Shea. We'll walk this direction. I think he's going to give us some time, and we'll see if he's got a minute. So he's going to have his guys go on into the locker room. Be nice to talk to him again. Have spoken with him. Pretty kind gentleman. Knows football, and he's going to allow us to talk with him just for a moment. He's talking with his official, talking right there, and we'll see if he has a moment. So we'll talk with Mr. Kevin O'Shea. They're working on numbers, getting them worked out. The captains with the officials. Coach Kevin O'Shea, great to see you again. I appreciate you.
Good to be back.
Hey, did you have a good week this week? Tuesday was your birthday.
Yeah, it was a better weekend. We were in the work week by my birthday, but we had a good time.
You go home, sip on some Diet Coke.
That's about all I do nowadays.
You mentioned that before. Coach, I got to mention, 245 wins, 116 losses. We're getting year number 32. I looked up last night. The most winningest active coaches, you are at number 10.
A lot of good players, a lot of good coaches that were with me. You know, that's what does it.
Absolutely. I'll mention a couple of weeks from now, you're going to meet up with a gentleman you know by the name of Mike Johnson. You guys are friends. You guys played against each other many times, Central Catholic and Pioneer. So, well, you're going to play Logansport in a couple of weeks. So you're ready for that.
I haven't even thought about them. They're a blip on the radar screen right now. We've got a ball game with Tipton, and next week is next week. We'll worry about next week this weekend.
Coach, you had grass last year. Do you like the turf more?
Yeah, I was on turf down at North Central for 6 years, so the kids like it. It was, you know, it's marked well. They did a nice job paint-wise, and, you know, our kids are excited to be on it. We had our first game on it last week, and we had a good time.
Coach, if you don't mind, you're talking about North Central, I'm going to commend you on bringing them back. You brought North Central back out of a cellar.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, again, it's good kids and you know, good coaching staff, and, you know, wish we could end it on a better note, but, you know, that's life in football.
Coach Logan, athletic director Logan, I love that guy.
He, when he died, it took a piece of us away, and you know, he was a good friend. We known each other since college, and, you know, he and his family and I are still close. We still stay in touch, and you know, wish them all the best, and wish especially the Logan family.
Absolutely. Coach, I want to mention just a couple things here. You got 6 sophomores starting on offense.
And 2 freshmen. So we're still young. You know, we were young last year, but of those, you know, five of those 6 freshmen played a lot last year as freshmen for us last year. So, you know, we're a work in progress. We're better than what we were last year. Our record may not indicate it, but our kids are buying into the program and what we're trying to do. And, you know, hopefully by the end of the season, our sophomores aren't playing like sophomores anymore.
That sounds good. Last thing, Coach, I want to thank you. Victory Field, you and I did a couple of innings. Remember that baseball? We was up in the booth right there. You came up for a couple of innings. We had fun.
I'm old.
I'm 2 years younger than you. Don't give me that. Larry's 62.
I'm old. When your kid's been a head coach for 5 years, you're old.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. That's Coach Kevin O'Shea. Kevin O'Shea. I tell you what, we didn't mention it, Larry, but we'll mention it now. Coach Larry Bud Wright went to Ball State University, played football there. Coach Larry Bud Wright is working in year number 60, 59th year at Sheridan. I understand he's back on the sideline. He's got a broken clavicle. That's a collarbone. and he did have surgery on his shoulder, but he's got permission to coach. He was on the sideline last week. But what we were getting ready to say is Ball State University, freshman year for Larry Bud Wright, he roomed with Frank O'Shea, Kevin O'Shea's dad.
Well, I tell you, it never gets more amazing when you think about how, in the big world, how certain people cross paths and they end up being in the same business or their son in the same business. And so, yeah, you kind of think something's working there that we don't know about when you hear stuff like that.
That is good. Kevin O'Shea's dad, Frank O'Shea, roomed with Coach Larry Bud Wright their freshman year at Ball State University playing football. So we're going to walk this direction. We'll go back up in the booth. We'll mention it's 12 minutes after 7. Appreciate the opportunity to do interviews with both coaches. They are most cordial. They're getting ready to play a game tonight. As mentioned, both coaches are friendly. They're friends with each other, but they're getting ready to go at it with their individual teams.
Yeah, and I liked Coach O'Shea's, comment there about the next game's just a blip on the radar. They get, guys have been in the business that long. They focus on the task at hand. So they're ready to go tonight, and they'll think about next week. So AJ, you give me this while I'm
okay.
going to do these steps.
All right, sounds good. These steps, long way up here to the top, and we'll go back up in the booth. You can probably hear public address. That is Butch Kramer. He may bless us with the national anthem. I did hear him on the audio on Huddle last game I viewed. But Butch Kramer, he also does the PA for basketball, and he does the PA for the baseball games. I've seen him there. So what a quality guy. We'll walk this direction, and then we'll talk a little bit about both schools. First, we'll talk about the visiting team, the Tipton Blue Devils, and here's Larry with Tipton.
All right. Tipton Blue Devils, enrollment is 454. They are 2A team in sectional number 36. 8 teams in that sectional. There's only 2 teams currently unbeaten. Tipton at 2-0. Alexandria at 2-0. Blackford, Eastbrook, Eastern, Elwood, Rochester, and Wabash. Tipton High School principal is Mr. Craig Leach. AD Corey Fernung. Athletic trainer Burke Emmert. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. Phone number 765-675-7431. You can follow them at tiptonathletics.com. Colors are blue and white. They are in the Hoosier Conference. There are 9 teams this year. There's a big school division that includes Logansport, currently 2-0, Twin Lakes 1-1, West Lafayette 1-1, Hamilton Heights 1-1, and Western 0-2. Small school division is Tipton 2-0 currently, Central Catholic, Lafayette Central Catholic 1-0, Rensselaer Central 1-1, and Benton Central 0-2. Again, they are 2-0, 0-0 in the Hoosier Conference so far, first conference game. Coach Aaron Toll, again in his 20th year, 138-81 record. He is a Tipton High School graduate of 1990, went to college at Indiana University and graduated in 1995. Next game is Friday, September 13th at 7 p.m. Western Panthers will be visiting the Tipton Blue Devils.
Hey, thanks, Larry. We'll talk a little bit about the Twin Lakes Indians. We do have the national anthem getting ready to happen here shortly. We'll mention Twin Lakes Indians have a school enrollment of 663. They're class 3A, sectional 27. There are 8 teams in their sectional, and they are Twin Lakes Indians, Northwestern, Macauqua, Peru, Benton Central, West Lafayette, Frankton, Western. The principal at Twin Lakes High School is Melissa Whitehead. The athletic director is Dan Seltz. The athletic secretary, she was most instrumental for putting me in sports. That's Emily Anderson. And I will mention Twin Lakes High School is located at 300 South 3rd Street, Monticello, Indiana, 47960. You can dial them up by telephone at 574-583-7108. On the web, it's plschools.org. We'll also mention they wear the colors red and white. They perform in the Hoosier Conference. They are in the big school division. We'll mention they're currently 1 win, 1 loss. It's the first Hoosier Conference game, but it is a cross-conference game. It will not matter because it's a big school versus a small school. Head coach for the Twin Lakes Indians is Coach Kevin O'Shea. Kevin O'Shea is 6 wins, 6 losses, working in his 2nd year at Twin Lakes High School. And we'll mention the overall 32nd year head varsity football coach, 245 wins, 116 losses. And as mentioned, he's number 10, the winningest active coaches in the state of Indiana, number 10. He went to high school at McCutcheon High School. He's a Maverick, 1984 graduate. He went to college at Franklin, the Grizzlies, 1988. And I will mention the next game on the agenda for Twin Lakes is going to be next Friday, the 13th. Friday, the 13th, Larry. Go figure. Twin Lakes will be at Lafayette Central Catholic. They'll do battle with the Knights. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time. And we'll talk a little bit about what happened last week. We're probably going to have the anthem here momentarily. We'll stop when that happens. We will stop now and we'll observe the national anthem from the Twin Lakes Indians band. We'll get a good version right here. We're outside the press box. And that's Butch Kramer addressing the crowd.
Responders everywhere join in honoring the United States of America as the Spirit of Twin Lakes Marching Band performs our national anthem.
That's our national anthem. The cheerleader was conducting the band. Say what, Larry? I made a mistake. Hamilton Heights is no wins, 2 losses. I wrote it down incorrectly. That's all my error. We'll talk about what happened last week. Hoosier Conference, there were 9 games here, or 9 final scores from last week. It was supposed to happen on Friday the 30th. Will mentioned a lot of these games had to be postponed to Saturday. The Central Catholic Ritter game didn't even happen, and it's not going to happen. So they're going to go with an 8-game schedule for the regular season. So we'll mention 7 o'clock last week, Tipton Blue Devils were at Elwood. Tipton got the win, 49-0. 7 o'clock start. Delphi was here with Twin Lakes Indians. Twin Lakes got the win, 34-0. 7 o'clock last week, it was supposed to be Ritter, the Ritter Raiders. They were going to visit Lafayette Central Catholic. Lightning held that game to nothing. And then on Saturday, evidently, they were both busy. So they didn't even play the game last week. A 7 o'clock start, it was Logansport. Logansport traveled to 5A, South Bend Adams. They are the Eagles. Logansport got the win, 35-6. 8 o'clock start last week. That's a Eastern. It's not Eastern time. I guess it is Eastern time for the 8 o'clock. But I said, well, you can lose track of time if you go to Rensselaer. I'm here to tell you. And North North Newton, the Spartans, traveled to Rensselaer Central, the Bombers. Rensselaer Central 36, North Newton 0. 7 o'clock start last week. Seeger Patriots went to Benton Central. Seeger Patriots 51, Benton Central 2. So they got a safety on Seeger. I don't know how that happened. Might have been one of them stepping out of the back of the end zone. You never know. But 7 o'clock start. Triton Central Tigers, they were at Hamilton Heights. To what they had to go to overtime. Triton Central got the win 17-14 over the Huskies. 7 o'clock start last week. West Lafayette Red Devils went to McCutcheon, did battle with the Mavericks. The Red Devils got the win 34-28. And then last night in the Chiefs game, we got to see George Karlaftis. He wears number 56 defensive end for the Chiefs. He's played 2 years right now, and he's got 2 rings, Super Bowl rings. He's a humble guy, but we'll hope for the best for him. So also, we'll mention that was West Lafayette 34, McCutcheon 28, and a 7 o'clock start last week. Western Panthers went to Western Boone, and Western Boone got the win 26-0. And the Blue Devils' next opponent is going to be Western at home next week. Here's Larry.
Thanks, AJ. Looking at week 3 in Hoosier Conference football, September 6th. Game night, we have the small school division, Tipton Blue Devils at 7:30 going against the big school, Twin Lakes Indians at Monticello. 7:30, we've got the small division, Benton Central going against South Newton at South Newton. At 7 o'clock, we've got the big school division, Hamilton Heights Huskies going to visit McCutcheon. Also at 7 o'clock, small school, Lafayette Central Catholic going against the big school division, Logan Sport, Berries at Logan Sport. 7:30, we've got Linton at big school division, Western. 7:30 as well, we have Lowell visiting big school, West Lafayette Red Devils. 8 p.m., we've got the small school, Rensselaer Central versus Woodstock, Illinois, Wolverines. So taking a trip across the border to take on Woodstock Wolverines.
That sounds good. We'll mention last week and the week before, 2 games in the books. Early season records for both of these teams tonight. Tipton Blue Devils, they're 2-0. They're Class 2A, Sectional 36. Week 1, they got the win over South Adams, 27-20. That was at Indiana Wesleyan University. Last week, they got the win over Elwood, 49-0. That was in a mercy rule. And then we'll also mention Twin Lakes Indians. They're currently 1 win, 1 loss. They're Class 3A, Sectional 27. They played a good Plymouth team. That Plymouth team, their kicker, put the first 2 out of the end zone, and that's the goal. He didn't do it again, but we'll mention on the 23rd, first week, Twin Lakes fell to Plymouth, 53-20. Last week, as mentioned, they went against Delphi. Their game took place on Saturday. Butch Kramer told me they didn't even start the game here. They were getting close to kickoff. Twin Lakes on Saturday defeated Delphi 34-0. And they're getting ready for a kickoff here momentarily, Larry. I'm going to go ahead and mention this game is in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. They're located at 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaques. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. They are so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone at 317-773-7391. Again, 317-773-7391, or find them online at noblesvilletrophies.com. So the Blue Devils getting ready to walk across the track here, Larry. The Twin Lakes Indians are already at their sideline. What a beautiful facility. I tell you what, a lot of high school teams going with the synthetic field turf. I'm going to ask you a question, Larry. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
In the state of Indiana, which school had synthetic field turf first?
I'm going to say Carmel. Center Grove. How about that?
Center Grove. So what, you knew it would be Coach Moore. That guy is tough.
I tell you, this is so new. It's so spongy. It almost felt weird walking on it. Like you could roll your ankle or something. It's very, very spongy.
They were talking about the Colts and Lucas Oil. They put new turf down. I saw a guy that was really educated about it. He said the turf now is a brighter blue, and the grass segments are not as tall, so they're about half the height, more simulating grass.
About that, I wasn't aware of that. I really love the way this field looks because every 5 yards you've got a lighter green and then a darker green. Sure helps us, at least up here, to find where the ball is located when you're looking down on the field real quickly.
We were looking at the roster. We'll mention Blue Devils have 41 on their roster. Twin Lakes 3A school 53 on their roster. Blue Devils have 7 seniors. Twin Lakes 12 seniors. Blue Devils have 10 juniors. Twin Lakes 7 juniors. Sophomore column, Tipton has 5. Twin Lakes 13. And at the freshman level, the Blue Devils have 19. They have 21.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Coach was talking about last year, 14 guys that were either freshmen or sophomores contributed in a big way to this team. So they got a year of experience under their belt, and like I said, starting to build a program back up here. And I'm sure they'll, now being sophomores and I guess juniors, will bring something to the table.
So they're going to simulate the coin toss. I think they already know. I think Coach Kevin O'Shea and Coach Aaron Toll already flipped the coin, but they're going to be out there in front of the crowd here and let people know who won the toss, which direction they'll kick, who will receive. So I tell you what, pretty good field right here, Larry. Another east-west field. It's rare.
Yeah, that really is. And I tell you, the team going to the west is going to be looking right into the sun, and the team going to the east is going to be looking back over their shoulders. Going to be tough on receivers here for a little while.
Blue Devils are going to line up on the east side. They're going through a simulation here. Scoreboard is at the west end of the facility, and they're looking at each other right now. They're going to simulate a coin toss, or maybe it's real. I don't know. Might be real, Larry.
Yeah, that might have just been a meeting with the coaching staff out there with the referees at the center 50-yard line that we saw earlier.
They do simulate once in a while because Butch Kramer mentioned that to me before I said anything.
Well, I didn't realize that. So it looks like they're talking something over here. So maybe they did, and they're just telling them, what's going on. So we'll see.
I tell you what, last night's game, first possession by the Ravens, they called 3 penalties for one of the linemen being lined up in the backfield. They called that 3 times on one possession.
Well, obviously, it's something they're looking at now, and we had a lot of calls at our Elwood Middle School game. We had about a 70-yard touchdown pass on the first play, and one of our guys got downfield a little bit to ruin that one, and then 2 more were called back for blocks in the back, which I, as a coach, said, well, at least they're blocking. We'll figure out which side to teach them to block on, but did a good job.
We're having a long conversation. I think it's a warm. It's not cold, but the wind about a 20-mile-per-hour whip, and it's going north to south across the field.
I know both of these teams like to throw the football, so we'll see how they handle that. Whether they check down to some shorter passes or whether they just put it up there and let guys go get it.
Cooper Dold, he's a sophomore quarterback for Twin Lakes, 6'2", 160. He's not real heavy, but he does throw a good ball, and he likes to throw the long ball. Coach Kevin O'Shea, he played quarterback high school and college, and I'm sure it's probably similar to his thinking. And Twin Lakes evidently is going to win the toss, but I think Tipton won it. They called incorrect. So Twin Lakes got to say what they want to do, and they defer. And Tipton is going to receive, and they'll go from the east to the west.
Yeah, they'll be going into the sun, but like I said, if you're throwing the ball, that's actually probably better because your receivers aren't looking into the sun. So we'll see how they handle it.
Nice facility right here at Twin Lakes High School. I saw a topographical view. It is quite a corporation.
Yeah, it looks like they got high school on one side, maybe middle school on the other, and yeah, it's very well put together. Got two ticket booths, one on the north side and one on the south side. So yeah, pretty place.
So they're getting ready for the kickoff, getting ready. Blue Devils going to line up for the receive. And they're having huddled up right there, talking to each other. And the officials are having a huddle at midfield. They may be saying a little prayer right there. They're going to adjourn here momentarily.
Yeah, they're, I tell you, it's always good when you have a group that's, been working together and that kind of thing. And I don't know any of these gentlemen, but they were very meticulous going around, checking the field and, the end zone markers and things like that to make sure everything was right.
So they're looking for the proper football, I think. They're going to kick it away. It's going to be Twin Lakes kicker, number 40, Ricardo Amaya. He's a senior, 5'10", 155. He's going to put the ball on the 40-yard line. He's going to look like he's going to put it right at the middle of the field. And so what? This is nothing like the NFL kickoffs.
No, that's a whole new deal. I'm not sure I like it. I'm sure they're trying to do it for safety and still have a little bit of fun with it, but we'll see how it works out.
So the goal is to high school kick it into the end zone. Don't let them return it. So they're getting ready to boot the ball away. 7:32 on the wristwatch. AT&T time. AT&T bringing this broadcast to you. So there's the whistle. Here comes the approach, 7 yards, straight up, a little bit of a stutter step. Going to be a whip kick. Going to be off the Blue Devil right there. Picked up. They're going to take the down. They're going to down it right there. Be safe inside the 20. And Mahaney going to spot it right there at the 18. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils.
And that wasn't a very pretty kick, but it sure was effective for the Indians. Got it down inside the 20, and some of the Blue Devils looked at it like it was a hot potato, but a couple of them decided to fall on it.
So they're going to spot it at looks like maybe the 17-yard line. They throw the Blue Devil football into the game. They're going to line up in a shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. Single man in the backfield is Calvin Condit. They're going to split out. Trips to the left. Split out wide right, short side of the field. Going to pitch it left side. First run of the ball game, Calvin Condit. He'll cut it back in. 5-hole. He'll get what he can. Going to be a gain of about 1. Calvin Condit meets the exterior right there of the Twin Lakes Indians.
It looked like that was number 1, Dakota Van Wielden on the stop. A senior who's contributed a lot to this, 6', 205.
So Van Wielden, first stop of the game. Blue Devils break huddle to the line of scrimmage. They're going to line up tight end left. Wing back left side. Slot right. Single man in the back. They go motion right to left. It's Spidell. Going to give the handoff. Going to fake the handoff. Keep it himself. Dallas Capshaw's got a good run going. He's going to get outside the 25. They'll spot him at the 27. I believe it's going to pick up a first down. Dallas Capshaw.
That was number 2, Kyle Kaiser on the stop, linebacker, a senior, 6'5" and 195.
So they'll move the chains. Blue Devils pick up just enough. Ball's out to the 27-yard line, just inside the left hash. Blue Devils are across the way. We're in the press box. We're fortunate to be here. Going to be double slot. Right side, split out wide left. Single man in the backfield is Condon. Shotgun snap taken by Capshaw. He'll fake the handoff. He'll pull it back out, run past, give the option play. Keeper right there, and Dallas Capshaw going to pick up about 4.
That was big number 64, Carson Purcell, defensive lineman, a senior, 6', 235 on the tackle.
So out to the 32-yard line, gain of 5. 2nd and 5 for the Blue Devils. Going from the huddle. We'll see what the offensive scheme is for Twin Lakes here in just a bit. Not sure if they're going to huddle or not, maybe part of the time. Shotgun formation, Dallas Capshaw trips to the right, split left. Going to fake a pitch, left side. Capshaw's going to run it. He'll go left side. He'll break contain right there. He'll get more than enough for a first down. He'll get out of bounds before taking a hit. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was a nice fake pitch, and everybody seemed to go to the defense's left, and Dallas took it the other way down the sideline.
Dallas Capshaw putting some yards here on his first possession. And Dallas Capshaw, his longest run, 13 yards. He's broken that already this game. Shotgun. Double twins left, twins right pass. Bubble screen left side. Shrugs off a would-be tackler. That's Garmin. A good play right there by 14, Dakota Garmin.
That was Bryce Wilhite, number 24, on the initial hit, but he broke that and got knocked out of bounds a few yards after that.
So ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Second down 8 for the Blue Devils. They adjourn. They're to the line of scrimmage. They'll line up again. Stacked twins left and right. See them in the backfield. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw. They'll hand off. Calvin Condon. They try to get back to the line of scrimmage. You will get a gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd and 7. They are all over Calvin Condon.
That was linebacker number 51, Chewy Walters, on the tackle, a sophomore, 6'1", 205.
So ball spotted at the 45-yard line. Blue Devils try to pick up a first down. 3rd down 7. Let's see if the passing game shows up right here. Clock moving, 9 minutes, first quarter. First possession, Blue Devils on the drive. 45-yard line, their own. Gonna fake the handoff, gonna keep the ball himself. Dallas Capshaw, he's gonna get out to the 49-yard line. It's gonna be 4th and 3. 4th and 3, first major decision of the game.
That was big number 72, Tate Boyer, a defensive lineman, a sophomore, 6'1", 205.
No huddle under center. Dallas Capshaw gonna try to call cadence here. Try to get him off sides there. Try to pull them off sides, and they're gonna call a timeout. And Twin Lakes not budging. I tell you what, a good effort, but just didn't happen that time.
Well, they showed pretty good discipline there and knew what the Devils were trying to do, and so they stayed put.
So first time out of the game. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Scott Gashaw. Scott Gashaw. School makes a difference. When school makes a difference, it's obvious what a difference school can make. As a Tipton High School graduate, and glad to say it, from wrestling at the 185-pound weight class and seldom defeated, and gearing up to play football on the Blue Devils line, the tackle and guard positions. And now as a member of a family who grew up in a family right here in Tipton County, the Tipton community for many years, and now approaching the bicentennial plateau. That's right there, the Gashaw family. We'll mention proud to serve local farmers. And we thank you for listening. Then, now, and forever, a Blue Devil national fan. Here comes the boot. Going to go off the side of his foot. Going to get to no man's land. It's going to roll. Tipton Blue Devil, favorable roll. And they'll pick it up. It's Ridgeway. He'll stop it at the 23-yard line. Twin Lakes will take over.
Yeah, again, not a pretty kick, but the roll worked out well for the Blue Devils.
So Tipton going to play defense. Going to work it right there. And Larry, I think, is going to take a seat. You going to take a seat, Larry? All right, well, I better take a seat, too, because I can't see through that paper. So we'll work this direction. And that'll work fine. So Twin Lakes in, it's going to line it up from the left side. See him in the backfield. Quarterback is number 5, Cooper Gold, sophomore quarterback. You're going to take a snap. He'll drop one step. He'll throw it right side in the flat. And right there, Blue Devils to make the stop. Going to pick up about 3 yards on a long, strong arm throw.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle by Oliver Conaway, playing one-handed again tonight with the cast on one hand, but he made a nice, sure tackle, wrapped up his legs, and brought him down with a 2-yard loss.
It's going to be a gain of 3. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line. They'll move it from there. And going to split out. Slot right. Tight slot. Right side. And going to be off sides. Twin Lakes going to jump a little bit early. And they're going to be a 5-yard mark off. It's going to become 2nd down and 12. And the Blue Devils going to get the first benefit of a penalty.
Yeah, that's kind of timely for them. They second down, and it's going to be second and what, 12 here? Looks like it, yeah.
So they'll go to the huddle. Twin Lakes, Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the right hash. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line of Twin Lakes. They'll line up in a slot left, tight slot right side. See them in the backfield. Probably Brummett, Mason Brummett. He's another sophomore running back. Dropping to throw out a shotgun is Dold. He'll let it go. Pass is complete. Blue Devils are right there. They're going to be a gain of about 5, maybe 6. And they're just throwing the dink and dunk patterns right now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I don't know who was coming there for the Blue Devils, but got to the quarterback right when he threw the ball, made him throw it a little early, and looked like Oliver Conaway and, oh gosh, who was that else out there? I think Dallas Capshaw teamed up for the tackle.
So 3rd down 6. Ball's at the right hash, spotted at the 27-yard line of Twin Lakes. They'll line up in a slot left, slot right, to the short side of the field. Seeing him in the backfield. Cadence called for by Dole. It's going to be near motion. Going to pass it right side. Not a lot to gain there, and the Blue Devils are on him like glue. It's probably going to be a gain of maybe 1 before the tackle was made.
I tell you, that was Calvin Condit again making a nice play. Caught him by the leg, didn't hold on him for the whole time, but held on to him long enough that his cavalry came and helped him out there.
They're going to say he was still trying to get yardage. So they mark him back at the 20-yard line. 4th down, 13. They're going to punt the ball away, back in punt formation. Right there is Ethan Need. Ethan Need wears number 15. And they need another player on the field, and there he goes. 38, Colton Robertson. He's a kickoff return man. He also plays wide receiver and defensive back. So Twin Lakes going to boot the ball away. And the snap's good. The boot is good. It's going to be a high spiraling kick. Taken at the 41. He'll be tackled right there. But a good sure-handed reception. And that was Dallas Capshaw, made a good catch.
I did, and I tell you what, Leo Dellinger ran down there real quick and caught him right when he caught the ball. Senior 6 foot 160 wide receiver defensive back. He got down there in a hurry.
Them Gunners, they want a good 40 time.
Oh yeah. And, boy, they don't like anybody blocking them, but boy, they can get down the field and make plays like that.
So Blue Devils, second possession. No score. We're in the first quarter. 5:50 left. Blue Devils going to line up trips to the right. Tight end left. Shotgun snapped. Capshaw, he's going to hand off. Would-be tackler couldn't get him. He'll get across the 45 to about the 46. Going to be a gain of 5 for Calvin Condon and a Blue Devil on the surface.
Yeah, Dakota Van Wilden had him in the backfield, but Calvin shucked him a little bit, and I think the last hit was on 62 Tristan Totten, or Toten. I'm not sure exactly how to say that, but made a nice tackle.
So they're attending to a Blue Devil, and we'll go ahead and mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They are at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 1708 South A Street. Simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, that number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available, and a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will find you. That's at Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from the travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals. So they're still attending to him there, Larry. And he's still on the surface. I think we know who it is, but we probably shouldn't say quite yet.
Well, yeah, I know who it is. It's it's Riley Coleman, and we can't, Blue Devils can't afford to lose him. He's a anchor as an offensive guard and also a defensive tackle, and goes both ways. A junior and a guy that has a lot of spirit. So Dr. Condit's out there looking at him. Oh, senior, I'm sorry. And Dr. Condit's out there looking at him, so they're going to take good care of him, I'm sure. But
So they're bringing him to his feet. It's going to take a couple of guys' shoulders to bring him to the sideline. He's getting a good hand clap, but they're going to attend to him, and we'll hope the best for him. At 6 foot 260, pretty big young man.
yeah, it looked like Dr. Condit was looking at, I believe, his left knee, and Riley's not putting a whole lot of weight on that right now. So hope he's it's just a little twist and he'll be back. But these guys take care of their players, and they're not going to take any chances.
So they put another right guard in the ball game. There's the whistle. Play clock begins. Game clock at 5:32. Clock is moving. No score. Here comes near motion with Mahaney. Hand off up the middle. Good game. Calvin Condit moves the ball into Twin Lakes territory. They'll take it to the Twin Lakes 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Blue Devils.
Yeah, that was a really nice block by the new guy in the line, Brady Henderson, a sophomore, did a really nice block to open up a hole for him.
So Brady Henderson, junior class member, 5'10", 160. 160, that's a chore. So shotgun formation, trips to the right. Wing left, going to hand off again. Nowhere to keep the ball. Dallas Capshaw. He'll cut it up the hole, and he'll be met there by about 5 Twin Lakes Indians. Nowhere to go.
Well, that was Chewy Walters again, and number 72, Tate Goyer, on that stop for Twin Lakes, linebacker and a defensive tackle.
So 4 sophomores starting for Twin Lakes in the defensive mode. So the lineup again, trips to the right for the Blue Devils, split out wide left, single man in the backfield. Calling the cadence, Dallas Capshaw. Takes the handoff, he'll pass it left side. A little bit tall, through the outstretched arms. A little bit tall for Garmin, couldn't bring it in.
I'm sure Dakota would like that one back. He normally catches a ball like that, just kind of slipped through his hands.
So a 3rd down 10, ball still resting at the 42 of Twin Lakes. Probably 4 down territory with the ball at the 42 of Twin Lakes.
Yeah, I would guess so. We'll see what happens here on 3rd down. If they get it close, I think they probably will go for it.
Tipton going to line up slot right, split left. Single man in the backfield, Condit. Calling the snap, dropping back to throw. Going to roll left, going to roll back right side. Dallas Capshaw going to release one. A little bit over deep, and it's going to be caught. Coming down with the football was Ridgway, Zach Ridgway. They're going to call a catch. He came down simultaneously with the defensive back, but I don't know if he had control before he got out of bounds, but they're going to call it a catch.
The Blue Devils had 2 receivers in the same place. You never want to have that, but broken play, and he just kept it alive and gunned it down there. And Ridgway's about 6'7", so he's the kind of guy that can go up and get it if you need a catch on a 50-50 ball like that.
So ball's at the 9. Blue Devils have it 1st and goal from the right hash. Twin Lakes territory. Twins to the left. Tight end right is Ridgway. Tight end left is Jaron. Aller, handoff up the middle. Condit going to get inside the 8. They're going to mark him near the 7. It's going to be 2nd goal from the 7.
That's defensive tackle Tate Goyer again. I've called his name several times already. He's having a big game.
So Blue Devils on a drive right here. Big pass play from Dallas Capshaw to Zach Ridgway. Took him inside the 10 at the 9 on a 3rd and 10 play from the 42 of Twin Lakes. So they'll line up, split wide right, wide receiver, Landon Spidell. Split out wide left is Mahaney. Going to hand off again. They'll give it to Calvin Condit. They'll get it to the 5, just inside the 5 at the 4.5. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Number 11, Leo Dellinger on the hit there. Defensive back came up from safety position, I believe, made that tackle.
So they're going to toss into the ball game right now. I think Springer. Yep, Springer in the ball game. Springer last year, he was gangbusters last year.
Yeah, hurt his back the sophomore season, but recovered really well. Had a nice year last year.
So he'll line up I formation. Take that back. Going to line up left side. And Calvin Condit going to take the direct snap. Ball's loose on the surface, and the Blue Devils fortunate to fall on the football. That ball bounced forward, and the Blue Devils hopped on it. It's just inside the 5, 4th and goal. They almost shot themselves in the foot, but they're going to get another chance.
We'll see. It's one of those things you don't know whether to take a field goal. Field goals have been a little shaky, so they're going to go for it here.
So 4th and goal, just inside the 5. Calvin Condit in the backfield. Dallas Capshaw will take this snap. He was not in the backfield on the last play. They're going to stop play. There's going to be see what it is. Timeout, Twin Lakes. So Coach O'Shea sends his defensive coach out there. They want to talk this over, Larry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They've had a really nice defensive stand down here, and they just gave up that big long pass. But ever since, they've been pretty tough. So I'm sure Coach wants to, anytime you stop a team there down in the goal line 3 or 4 times at a shot, that's a motivation factor and gets your team going.
So we'll mention again, Tipton County Pork Festival continuing today. It began yesterday, I think at 11 a.m. yesterday. The Tipton County Pork Festival, over 50 years of history and experience. It's in downtown Tipton. Roads are closed. They're blocked off. All are safe to walk around the perimeter of the courthouse square. You can bring your family. Family memories will not soon be forgotten. Tipton County Pork Festival. It began yesterday. It'll happen again tonight, and it'll continue tomorrow. And as Larry said, it's going to be a parade tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Yeah, you see all the nice old cars. They got a nice car show at the park usually across the street from the high school. So just a lot going on.
So here we go. 4th down goal from the 4.5. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw takes the snap, dropping a throw. He's going to roll left. Rolling left, looking, throws it, and it's tipped and knocked down by 15. Ethan Need, defensive back, got a paw on it. And the Blue Devils going to turn it over, but they're going to be in their cellar at 4.5-yard line. They'll try to bring it out.
That was a nice play by Need. It looked like Dallas wanted to fire it in there. Maybe if he, feathered it a little bit, put a little underneath it, but he wanted to get it through there. And, guy just made a really good play.
So incomplete pass, and they spot that ball off the 5 there, Larry. They gave him a 0.5 yard. I'm kid you not. But they're going to mark it right there just inside the left hash. Center, Nate Smolik, 6'2", 255 for Twin Lakes. Shotgun, Dole. Cooper Dole takes a snap, drops back. He's 3 yards deep. Throw a long pass down the sideline. Need looking for it. And they're going to call interference. They're going to call Mahaney. It was an underthrown ball. That's a bummer when you get interference like that.
Yeah, that's, Isaiah had him covered pretty well. The ball was underthrown. And, of course, the wide receiver sees that and stops. And Isaiah, with his back to the ball, wasn't able to see it and ran into him.
So interference, they'll mark it off, and the Blue Devils going to give him up a 1st down. 15-yard mark off, and I'm throwing it against the wind. He throws a pretty tall ball. Sophomore quarterback Cooper Dole. Cooper Dole, we'll mention, he's thrown for 536 yards. That's in 2 games. He's 34 for 63 entering the game. 268 yards per game average. 3 touchdowns. He's thrown 1 interception.
Yeah, that's a play like that is when the fellow defensive backs need to be yelling ball, 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 so the guy that's defending the receiver can turn around and look for it. But little communication maybe lacks on the defense.
Shotgun. 1st and 10. Twin Lakes from their own 20. Going to hand off up the middle. It'll be a 3-yard gain. Mason Brummett. Mason Brummett, another sophomore player. Mason Brummett, 35.5 yards per game average. His longest just 9 yards. He got 5 touchdowns.
Nice defensive play by the 2 linebackers, Calvin Condit and Cole Hussey, on the tackle.
So they're getting to play from the sideline, and Dole is running back in. So Dole in some pretty good physical shape, sophomore quarterback. Going to line up slot left, slot right, single man in the backfield is Brummett. Calling the cadence. Dole dropping 2 steps out of the shotgun. Pass play. Caught. It kind of threw him open. Credit that reception. That was 24, Bryce Wilhite, senior athlete.
Yeah, nice solid tackle by Dallas Capshaw from the safety position. But yeah, there was nobody really close to him on that.
So Coach O'Shea going to go to the passing game a little bit here, moving the ball. It's 1st and 10 from the Twin Lakes 32-yard line. It's at the left hash. Going to line up in a slot right, tight slot left side, short side of the field. Single man in the backfield. Motion away. That's Darren Baker. Hand off up the middle. And Brummett caught right there at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Huskies. The Blue Devils were showing blitz there with 3 linebackers, and Slade Springer on the outside made the tackle on that one.
So ball's nosed up to the 33-yard line. Left hash. 2nd down 9 for the Indians. Play comes off the sideline. 18 seconds on the game clock. Play clock. And the game clock is at 30 seconds. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. Split wide left, short side of field. Calling the cadence Dole. He'll get the snap. They'll run a screen play up the middle. And Mason Brummett going to get the run. He'll take it out beyond the 45. Tackle out of bounds by the Blue Devils.
I tell you, that was a very nice call by Coach O'Shea. The Devils been showing blitz, and so he just let them come in and a little inside screen that make a nice gain out of it.
So the game clock is at 16.8. The tackle was out of bounds. They'll start the clock on the snap. Play clock is at 18 seconds. Ball resting at the Twin Lakes 46-yard line. Left hash. They'll line up with double slot right side. Twin Lakes shotgun. 6 yards deep. They'll take the snap. They'll look right. Going to send him up the sideline. It'll be underthrown. And again, there's Oliver Conaway. Underthrown ball is caught. They're going to make the catch. Darren Baker with the reception.
Yeah, he couldn't have been Oliver Conaway couldn't have covered him any better than that. But again, back to the ball. And Twin Lakes receiver made a nice play on it, got his feet down, and 1st down.
So ball's at the 33 of Tipton. 10 seconds left. Tackle was out of bounds. Darren Baker makes the catch. And Dole with a pretty strong arm to flick that one against the wind. Trips to the left, but out wide right. Shotgun, dropping the throw. He'll look left, double screen, left side. Right there to make the tackle is the Blue Devils. Credit the reception. That's number 12, Darren Baker.
It looked like Landon Spidell from his safety position came up, made that tackle for a little bit of a loss, it looks like.
So first quarter has come to an end. No score. Both teams working well offensively. Twin Lakes have the ball in Tipton Blue Devil territory at the Blue Devil 34. And I will also mention the Atlanta New Earth Festival right around the corner. The New Earth Festival was founded in 1974. That's in Atlanta, Indiana. That happens on Saturday, September 28th, 9 to 6 p.m. And on Sunday, September 29th, 9 to 5 p.m. And I will mention that's always the last weekend in September. You can enjoy free stage entertainment, antique tractors on display, culinary delights from elephant ears, pumpkin rolls, barbecue, Mexican and Greek foods, and more. Fun to be had by all ages. You can make it a family weekend for all to remember. You can mark your calendars, September 28th and 29th, Atlanta, Indiana, the Atlanta New Earth Festival. If you'd like to reserve booth space, you can call 765-292-2626 or go online at AtlantaIndiana.com. So I'll tell you what, Larry, Blue Devils going to have to put a defensive front up right now.
Yeah, they sure do. Like I said, I think Twin Lakes has found a little wrinkle that they like, and so defensive backs Blue Devils need to find a little pass rush as well.
So shotgun, Twin Lakes, 34-yard line of Tipton. Handoff up the middle. Mason Brummett. Brummett with nowhere to go. It's going to be 2nd down. Might have lost one.
Yeah, that looked like I think Grayson Weatherow and on the tackle there from his defensive tackle position coming in for Riley Coleman.
They caught a loss of 2. It's 3rd down, 12. A big down right here for both teams.
It sure is. Yeah, this is getting in that territory again, like we talked about when the Blue Devils had the ball down at about this level. It's probably fourth, go for it on 4th down territory.
Probably a passing down here for Coach O'Shea. Quarterback, Dole, he's going to drop to throw out the shotgun. You look right side, you throw a bullet. Couldn't be brought in. Try to bring it in. 38, Colton Robertson, Jr. Couldn't bring it in. It's 4th and 12.
It looked like Joey Vaughton got in, put a little pressure on him, probably made him throw it just a tad before he wanted to, and couldn't bring it down.
So Cooper Dole bringing the play in from the sideline. And you'll bring it in. It's 4th down, 12. Clock stopped at 11:14 after the incompletion. Play clock is at 10. They're to the line of scrimmage. Slot right, slot left. Short side of the field, left side. Calling the cadence, dropping the throw. Looking down the field, pass is gone. It's going to be intercepted. Blue Devils going to intercept it on 4th down. Dallas Capshaw elected to. He'd have been better off just to put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, but when the heat of passion, you just make a play, and Landon Spidell did a nice job jumping up and batting that ball into the air. So the two safeties teamed up for a turnover.
So they'll spot it at the 20. Blue Devils will have it there. They gave up 14 yards, but like you said, he's got an interception in the books.
Yeah, and I don't think he was thinking about that. Like I said, when that happens, you just instinctually go for the ball.
So Blue Devils get the ball back. There's no score on the scoreboard. 11:07, 2nd quarter. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. Calvin Condit behind him. Going to hand off to Condit. He'll go up the gut. He'll be hit near the line of scrimmage. They're going to back him up. They're going to give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I tell you, good defensive line penetration. If you do that, there's not a whole lot teams can do. So I saw number 64 and number 72 in there doing a good job of, like I said, penetration and just blocking things up.
So Dallas Capshaw goes to the sideline, picks up the play, looks at the wristband, lets the play be heard by his teammates, and they'll go to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun, Capshaw. See him in the backfield, Calvin Condit. Motion away out of the slot for Mahaney. He'll block out front, Calvin Condit. Going to just get beyond the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up 1, and it looks like on the film, they looked a lot at Calvin Condit.
Yeah, they sure did. And 64 and 62, that was Tristan Trotton and Carson Purcell, again, 2 defensive linemen making the tackle.
So, going to bring up 3rd and 9. Ball's at the 21-yard line, Tipton territory. Going to line up double tight. They're going to call it stacked left side Ridgeway. And I think Garmin. Going to drop the throw out of the shotgun. Going to roll left, looking to get rid of it. Dallas Capshaw lets it go. It's intercepted at the 44 of Tipton. We're going to go up the sideline on the return and credit that interception, number 10, Ledger Schaefer. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 155.
Yeah, again, Dallas trying to make something happen, but you don't throw late into triple coverage there, and it bit him right there.
Yep, he was trying to make something happen. Nothing's been happening offensively. You can't fault him for trying to get a good play.
Not at all. He, like I said, he kept it alive with his feet, just, wanted a little bit too much to do something.
So Twin Lakes takes over after the turnover, 24-yard line of Tipton. Shotgun. Going to line up single man in the backfield. Motion away. It's going to be Colton Robertson. They're going to go left side with it. 27, Brummett. And a flag comes in from the umpire behind the quarterback. So that's an offensive penalty. He's going to say holding on Twin Lakes. So that's going to back him up 10 from the 27. They'll take it back to the 37-yard line. And it's going to be 1st down over in 22.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was, but they did make a nice hole. So somebody must have done something not worthy, I should say, of a flag.
So they're checking with the Blue Devils coaching staff, and they're surely going to accept it. The flag, they're not marking it from where the flag was. See, they didn't mark it where the flag lay. You got to spot those flags. Sometimes they go out there and move them.
No, I don't know where he saw it. Maybe that was in front of the flag is where the actual infraction was made. Maybe he didn't throw it quite far enough.
Well, anyway, the penalty's good. So the Blue Devils moved the ball back with that penalty back to the 34. So this drive started at the 24 of Tipton. It's now 1st and 20. Shotgun formation, Cooper Dold. Single man in the backfield, Mason Brummins. Dropping a throw, looking right side, looking down the receiver. He's going to catch it at about the 27-yard line. And the catch is made by 38 Colton Robertson.
Yeah, Landon Spidell made the tackle on the sideline. That ball kind of came out funny. It almost looked like maybe somebody got a finger on it.
Cooper Dold, he's 6'2". He is 160. They said in the broadcast that he likes basketball much more than football.
You know, he's built a little bit more for basketball, but he surely can see over that line and find a receiver.
He's got a good basketball coach in Kent Adams. Kent Adams, tremendous basketball coach here at Twin Lakes. Dropping to throw out a shotgun. Cooper Dold, he let the ball go. Caught inside the 15. That's a good reception by Keaton Miller. Keaton Miller, 6'3", 165. That's only his second catch of the season.
Blue Devils had a little pressure on him, and he stood right in there and delivered it. And like I said, right now it looks like the Blue Devils need to, talk to their defensive backs and figure out what's going wrong.
So 1st and 10 from the Blue Devil 14-yard line. Second quarter, 9 minutes, clock moving. No score thus far. We're in the second quarter. Handoff on the motion man, jet sweep, left side Robertson. You're going to turn it up. He'll get it inside the 5. He's going to get close to first down yardage. He's not going to get it quite yet. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That looks like a nice block on the outside by Bryce Wilhite of the Twin Lakes Indians, and broke him for another 5 yards. Looked like.
So they'll spot it right there inside or close to the 5. Call it 2nd and 1. So Coach O'Shea has pretty good size of the playbook available here with a 2nd down.
Yeah, they're really starting to run the ball now that the defensive line for Tipton is a little bit lighter than they were with the loss of Riley Coleman.
Slot right. Shotgun snap taken, handoff in the end zone, touchdown. Mason Brummins. Mason Brummins scores his 6th touchdown of the season in less than 2.5 games.
Again, nice, well blocked. Right now they've the Indians got the Blue Devils by about 50, 60 pounds a man right now.
So Leo Dellinger will be the holder. Point after touchdown. Ricardo Amaya, there's the boot. Low elevation, but it got over the crossbar. That just got over. Did that hit the crossbar?
It was close. It didn't get too high.
So 7 points on the board for Twin Lakes with 8:01 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils going to receive. Tell you what, Larry, next week it's going to be Western Panthers. I sent an email looking for the roster and depth chart. Hopefully we'll get that soon. But Western Panthers not having a strong year, but they do have a brand new coach in his first season.
Yeah, they're definitely struggling. Western has always had a great program, back from when my son and your son were at Hamilton Heights, we're a big rivalry there and always had a strong program. And so I'm sure they'll get it back. But right now they're struggling a little bit.
I tell you what, Brock Bolden put a hit on their quarterback. So what they had to call an ambulance. But he didn't want to leave the surface, but his dad couldn't get there quick enough to keep it from happening.
I just remember a game. I think it was a sectional game up there, and it had been raining for like 3 days. It was so muddy, you couldn't even see guys' numbers. It was a slugfest.
Yep, that's was back not too long ago. So I'm gonna kick it away right there, Ricardo Amaya. Boot away. He's a senior, 7 yards deep, a little bit soccer style, waiting for the whistle. 8:01. There's the whistle. Here comes the approach. Amaya. There's the boot. This time a little bit less elevation. It's going to bounce. Picked up at the 2 by Mahaney. Mahaney's going to take it beyond the 20. Mahaney, about a 22-yard return. That's a good return.
Yeah, not too bad, but a flag flew, so I probably a hold or a block in the back there from the Blue Devils.
So they'll talk it over. The flag is resting at the 19-yard line. And if that's a hold, it'll be half the distance. So they'll go to the 9.5-yard line if they use the spot flag. And they're going to mark this off from the 23-yard line. So I guess those flags not as important as they used to be.
I guess not. Maybe they found out that the referees weren't that accurate of flag throwers.
So illegal block in the back, like Larry said. And the Blue Devils are going to back it up. And if they mark that from the 22, it's not half the distance. So they marked that from the 20. So they got a different calculator than we do.
Well, maybe it occurred at the 20, so that makes a little bit of sense.
So 1st and 10 from the 10 for the Blue Devils. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw, Condon in the backfield. Going to hand it to Condon. He'll go up the gut. He'll get a positive gain out to the 14-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that Blue Devils still sticking with that run offense, and I don't know if Coach sees something there, but I see a lot of bigger bodies wearing red than wearing blue and white. So we'll see if they stick with that or air it out a little bit.
That wind might be a difference for the Blue Devils. It's about 20 mile an hour cross-field wind. Shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. He's going to give the ball to Mr. Calvin Condon. He'll go forward to the 19-yard line. He's going to need one. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Blue Devils, and they're going to go without a huddle. So they'll line up slot left. In the slot is Garment under center. Going to go forward. It's Dallas Capshaw. He's going to get a first down. Capshaw gets out to near the 21, 22, so they'll move the chains. Capshaw with another first down with his feet.
Yeah, it looked like number 1 there. What is that? Dakota Van Wielden again, and a host of others.
So Blue Devils, ball spotted at the 21-yard line from the right hash. Clock moving, 2nd quarter, 6:54. 7-0 contest. Twin Lakes in front. Shotgun, Dallas Capshaw. See him in the backfield. He'll drop to throw out the shotgun. Looking left, he'll roll right. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it away. First down play, good play to make is to throw it away, live for a 2nd down.
Absolutely, yeah. Good decision there. Again, nobody open, and Dallas running around trying to make something happen, but he made a good decision there and play another down.
Dallas Capshaw does throw a good ball. He really does for starting as quarterback a year ago. I went to practice probably earlier this season and noticed he throws a good spiral. He was throwing the long ball, and he'll line up in a shotgun now. Calvin Condon, slot left. Garmin in the slot. Tight end right. Going to fake the handoff, going to roll left. Looking to throw. Dallas Capshaw. He's going to let the ball go. It's tipped. Goes out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down 10. Rolling left. Hard play to make.
Yeah. And it looked like, all the receivers were down deep. Nobody to check down to. And so, he just was trying to get somebody down the sideline and got it blocked. But, again, better than just heaving it up there.
When you're rolling left or right and you're in distress, that receiver has got to put a foot in the ground and get straight back to the quarterback. Give him a target. You got to stay tuned. Help out your quarterback. Trips to the left. Single man in the backfield, Calvin Condon. Shotgun. Dallas Capshaw. 3rd down 10. Dropping the throw. Going to let one go across the middle. Tall pass. Going to be intercepted. Will be intercepted there and be tackled at the 33-yard line. Credit the interception, number 11, Leo Dellinger. He's a senior.
Yeah, it looked like he was looking for, oh gosh, who was that? Looking for Garmin and just overthrew him a little bit.
So Twin Lakes pretty much playing the second quarter in Blue Devil territory at the moment. 6:25 on the game clock. Ball ends up at the 33-yard line of Tipton, the right hash. 7-0 contest. 6:25 left. Blue Devils going to try to put a stop on once again. And they'll line up in a shotgun. Cooper Dold. Brummett in the backfield. Slot right, slot left. They go from the right hash. Calling the cadence is Dold. There's a snap. Drops one step. Throws it right side. Catch is made. He'll get to the 30. Gave up some ground, trying to get what he could. Credit that reception. 81, Cheyenne Van Wielden.
Yeah. Oliver Conway, Brady Henderson on the stop for the Blue Devils. But, the Twin Lakes Indians are going to the short passing, and that seems to be working for them.
Working with the long handoffs. 30-yard line, shotgun. Cooper Dole, single man in the backfield, Brummett. Double slot, left side, split out wide right. Snap comes in, he's going to throw a pass. It's going to be a slant pattern from the wide out left side. They're going to say it's a catch. And then Massey, double check there. Say that catch was made by 15, Ethan Need.
Yeah, looking through the binoculars, it looked like it might have hit the turf, kind of bounced up to him, but he might have had his hands underneath.
So 6'2", 170, Ethan Need. He's a junior. And Ethan Need makes his 6th reception on the season. Slot right. Wing back behind the left tackle. The handoff up the middle. Mason Brummett. He'll get a first down. He'll go across the line to gain. They'll move the chains at the 22-yard line of Tipton.
Cole Hussey from his linebacker position made that tackle for the Blue Devils.
So they're going to mark it at the 22.5-yard line. Still enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 from the left hash. Clock moving. 5:05 left here in the second quarter. Blue Devils trying to keep them out of the end zone. Go to halftime 7-0. A lot better than 10 or 14. Shotgun. Dole, double slide right side. He's going to drop the throw screen play. Over the middle again, going to be the left screen to Brummett. He's not going to get nothing. He's going to be caught about a yard short of the line, the stick right there. It's going to be 2nd down 11.
Cole Hussey, but again, a very well-designed play for what the Devils are doing. Devils are trying to get some pressure on now, sending linebackers, and no one was covering Brummett out there. And Cole Hussey made a good play, but he was open for that pass and could have been a big gainer.
Ball's at the 24-yard line of Tipton. Left hash, 2nd down 11. So huddle breaks. 4:08, clock moving, second quarter. Double slot, right side. Split left, short side of the field. Dropping the throw out of the shotgun. Dole, they throw to the flat. Brummett. And Brummett makes a catch. But the Blue Devils, him in. He's going to lose yardage there. And he wanted to probably drop that pass.
Yeah, I think the Blue Devils are starting to learn about this screen pass offense here. And so that time Calvin Condon did not blitz and saw it coming up on the outside and made a great play.
That was almost close to a backwards pass and a lateral.
Almost, yeah.
He dropped it. There had been a lot of talking going on. 3:28, clock moving. They're going to call their first timeout. Twin Lakes going to stop the clock with a timeout. Play clock is at 2. And then they'll stop the clock, talk this over. 3:18 left. Second quarter. 3rd down 19. Ball's at the 32-yard line of Tipton. So they'll work from there. And tell you what, Larry, a lot of things going on here. Pretty good place to work. What a booth they have up here.
Yeah, this is really nice. Got the windows in front of them. We got them closed today, but yeah, gives us a lot of room to work, and a lot of the coaches are upstairs from the Blue Devils. So yeah, nice setup for us.
So what, Larry, last night at Kansas City, and the Ravens, that was a good game. Tonight, they're playing in Brazil. The Packers and the Eagles, and that might be a good one.
Yeah, I think it will be. And yeah, it's I know the NFL is doing the same thing as the NBA. They're trying to make it a world game or world following. And I think the Dallas Cowboys were the first ones to do that. Used to go down to Mexico City and play, and a lot of Dallas fans in Mexico.
They say the worst thing about going out of the country is catching up on your sleep. Sleep is weird because the clocks are so messed up. So I'm going to go from a shotgun. Short side of the field, right side near the booth here. Dropping out shotgun to throw is Dole. He'll look right side, he's going to float one. Sideline way out of bounds. Oliver Conaway was nearby to defend. Robertson couldn't make the catch. That ball was well thrown out of bounds.
Yeah, and that was Cole Hussey coming up in the middle on the blitz, and again, got some pressure on him that time, so he couldn't step up and really deliver it the way he wanted to.
So the Indians going to put the punter out there. We'll see if he punts. That's number 15, Ethan Need. He's a junior, 6'2", 165. He's made a catch in this series of downs, a reception, I should say. The snap's good. He's going to boot it from the 41. He'll pooch it to the corner, and it's a good punt inside the 10 to the 6. They're going to call it the 6.5, and that's a pretty nice positioned punt by Need.
Yeah, very well done. Very well done. He angled it perfectly and just, didn't follow through with his leg, just kind of little pooch punt, and worked out well for him.
So the Blue Devils going to put the ball in play. 3:08 left here in the second quarter. Ball spotted at the 7-yard line. 7-0 contest. Twin Lakes scored early in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, Dallas Capshaw. Calvin Condon, left of him. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it to Condon. Trudeau going to keep the ball himself. He could be gone. Dallas Capshaw going to be on his wheels. Need is going to run him out of bounds. He makes I take that back. That was Toll. That was Quinn Toll. His coach Toll said that he would get some playing time, offense and defense tonight.
He's a very shifty guy. He knows how to fake and knows how to run as well. So nice job by freshman Quinn Toll.
So ball's at the 42 as Quinn Toll fakes the handoff to Condon. He went left side on the keeper, and he fooled almost everyone. So he takes it from the 7 to the 42, a 35-yard run for Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll on the season now has 12 runs for 110 yards. So he's almost 9-point-something yards a carry.
Yeah, he had 2 nice touchdown runs against Elwood last week, just kind of weaving in and out of players. He's a smart ball player.
From the 42, shotgun. Quinn Toll, Twins left, going to go deep motion. Mahaney. You're going to pass Mahaney. It's a lateral. He makes the catch. Catch is good. You get inside the 50, near the 49 of Twin Lakes. I believe he got out of bounds. Clock is still moving. 2:46. You're going to move the chains. He didn't quite get a first down. He's at the 50.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Ethan Need on the sidelines.
So that was a backwards pass. It would have been a lateral had he not caught it. Mahaney made a good catch and some good yak yardage, as Larry would say. Yards after the catch, 2:25, clock moving. Second quarter, Blue Devils are at midfield. Second down, 2, maybe 3. Going to be early movement out here. And it's going to be Spidel's going to get the call against him. But it might have been a slow snap there by I don't know.
I'm an old center, so I never blame the center. Always blame the wide receiver.
So it's going to be a mark-off. They're going to mark off 5 yards. They'll go back to the 45 of Tipton from the right hash. Second down. They're going to call it 7. So from the right hash, 2nd 7, Blue Devils. Plays in the huddle. Quinn Toll lets them know the play. They're going to line up trips left. Clock moving, 2:10. Single man in the backfield, kind of calling the snap cadence. Quinn Toll to work at right side. And I heard to our left here another false start. And I don't disagree. They didn't throw a flag on that one.
Well, yeah, they did. I think they're going over and talking about it right now. Yeah, it looked like Isaiah Mahaney maybe not have been having his feet set there when that ball was snapped.
So they're talking it over. The white-hatted gentleman, he's the umpire. He'll let the press box know with this signal. Here it comes. So interference, I don't know if it's a personal foul, but pretty interesting right there. So the Blue Devils going to move the football courtesy of an interference call against Twin Lakes. Was that a pass? Excuse me.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
So the Blue Devils get another set of downs. They are at the 40-yard line of Twin Lakes from the right hash. 2:03 on the game clock. It's stationary. They'll start on the snap. They're going to throw another flag right here. They're flag happy, and keeping the football is Quinn Toll. He's going to go for nothing. It's all going to be for nothing. It'll be called back. Toll gets it inside the 25 to the 24. Flag came in. They look like they called a flag on Mahaney's motion. I don't understand that.
Unless he was coming towards the line of scrimmage, I'm not sure.
So they got the ball spotted right there at the 25. And they're going to mention it's illegal procedure against Tipton. It's an illegal procedure. I don't know about the formation. Now, last night we saw 3 illegal formations. That was incredible.
Yeah, it's like I said, it seems like the officials they get a certain thing they're looking for every game. You know, they're told to look for, and so yeah, I think that's one all the officials are looking for this year.
So what John Harbaugh was not happy, but he's pretty calm, cool guy.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like I said, they're probably calling things that he didn't used to call, and he got a little upset about it.
45-yard line of Twin Lakes. Trip to the left, short side of the field. Shotgun taken by Quinn Toll. He'll drop a couple steps. He'll step up in the pocket. He's gonna eat this one. He's gonna get a quarterback sack. He didn't throw the football. A sack sometimes is better than making an errant throw. So they'll take it back to the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a second down and 15. The Blue Devils are going to call another time. We'll double check it. Timeout, Blue Devils, but they're calling official timeout. I don't understand the official call timeout. Not sure.
Not sure, but Tristan Cotton, again, defensive lineman, came in and made that sack. Again, that was a coverage sack, in my opinion, because Quinn was looking, and nobody's getting separation there. So that's, I'm sure, something they'll be, coaches will be talking about at halftime is, Blue Devils need to get some separation, get some guys open. We've had too many plays where quarterbacks holding the ball, waiting for something to happen, and it doesn't happen.
So, well, Larry, coming up this weekend, big game. First game of the season for the Indianapolis Colts. They're going to have a home game. They'll play against the Houston Texans. That'll be on the 8th Sunday at 1 o'clock. I heard on my way here, driving here, that Josh Downs, receiver for the Colts, is out for the game.
Did not hear that. I'm not sure who's going to win that one. I'm kind of thinking it might be the Texans. My old C.J. Stroud, my old Buckeye quarterback, had a great year last year, and hoping to build on that this year, I'm sure.
28 touchdown passes a year ago and just 5 interceptions. Incredible. Shotgun, Quinn Toll, motion, deep motion, Dallas Capshaw. Dropping the throw. Looking downfield, you're going to step up in the pocket, Quinn Toll. You're going to spin, try to shrug off a would-be tackler who'll get inside the 45 to the Twin Lakes 44-yard line. Clock's at 1:08. Clock is moving. Third and 14.
Chewy Walters, again, we said his name a couple times here, made a nice tackle on Quinn was kind of on his way there.
So Quinn Toll to the huddle, checks the wristband. Tells the play. Dallas Capshaw going to line up, split. Could be in the slot. Left side. They'll go trips to the left. Slot right. Single man, empty backfield. Dallas Capshaw going to go motion. He'll get the handoff, fake the handoff. Quinn Toll going to go forward. He'll go to the 42-yard line. 33 seconds left. And the clock is going to be stopped Blue Devils going to talk this over. Blue Devils at the 42 of Twin Lakes. Quinn Toll, you know this. He can release a 45-yard bomb.
He's got a good arm, and that was, I believe that was Dakota Van Welden again. Called his name quite a few times, been very active in the first half.
So Blue Devils talking this over. And I'll tell you what, Larry, coming up this week, Sunday, see what you think. Who's going to win, Steelers or at the Falcons?
I think the Steelers got that one.
Steelers might not get to start Russell Wilson because he's got a calf injury. It's a tweak, and the jury's out whether he'll start or your friend Justin Fields. You know about him.
Yeah, he can run the ball, so that'll be an interesting game.
Justin Fields has some hair. I can't believe he can get that underneath his helmet.
Yeah, he's growing it out.
So the Blue Devils, short timeout. Blue Devils checking their helmets there for snaps. Springer is in the slot, left side. Slot right in the slot is Ridgeway. They're going to snap. They're going to boot the ball out of there. They're going to try to punch it in. It is a 4th down play. It's going to bounce, and the Blue Devils are going to down it inside the 10 at the 9. 26.7 left. We'll probably end this quarter with a kneel down.
Yeah, he's got room to do that, so I'm sure they're not going to risk anything turning the ball over down there with 27 seconds.
So ball's at the 9, 1st and 10, Twin Lakes. A 7-0 contest. Blue Devils held a pretty good defensive stand twice, kept him out of the end zone for just 7 points.
Yeah, again, those 2 turnovers really hurt, when you're playing a team that you're, pretty equal with, at least what it seems to me here in the first half, pretty equal teams as far as talent and that kind of thing. And, you can't afford those turnovers.
So Dole is going to take his first snap from under center. Brummett is at the goal line for a defensive safety. They'll take the kneel down, and that's going to take the clock to 0. They put the 40-second clock up there, so no other snap necessary. Blue Devils and the Twin Lakes Indians are going to go to halftime. Clock rolling, 12 seconds. So what, Larry, a pretty good half. The second half going to be very interesting.
Yeah, had some big plays, but not that many of them. And like I said, they're Blue Devils, kind of sniffed out that screen pass plays here for a little while. And so we'll see what Coach has drawn up, both coaches, after seeing the first half, and I'm sure they'll have some wrinkles for us in the second.
We thank you for listening. We thank our support sponsors, and we appreciate them, and we hope that you'll patronize the sponsors.
Next we have the Cloud Restaurant.
Each and every restoration project.
We would have the Flag King Green.
You can find AGM
Sponsored by the White County Government Service Office. Nate Baker, Scott Wilson, Bill Kelly, and John Wood with the company. And their Julie is sponsored by Government Office Services. Crystal Dial with the Next we have our Junior Package Club.
Also, bringing you tonight's contest
First fourth
is
grade
discount
players.
copies.
Junior Bully
Discount copies
is sponsored by Evergreen Prosthetics of Ohio. Coaches are Tony Jordan, Kyle Dyer, Matt Creighton, and Jeremy Nethercutt. And their cheerleaders are sponsored by Global Real Estate Appraisals and Auctions, Taylor Buell, Brittany Brady, and Johnson Gomez, the coaches.
into things like
Next, we
milk
have our
cartons,
junior tackle Red.
pads, prints,
Lucky Bird
and
County
calendars.
Services is
And
welcome.
it's never too
George
early to
Davis,
think about
Aaron Benedict,
personalized
and Ryan
Christmas
Hubbard, the
cards.
coaches.
They make
People's
posters,
Community Bank sponsors
oversized
their
printing,
cheerleaders.
also
Mackenzie Drake
available.
and Ashley Johnson,
And
the
if you're
coaches.
planning a wedding, they can do
And
all
next, we
the
have our
printing.
junior tackle Black
Necessary
Squad.
needs you can
CNC
reach them
Training and
via
Power
discount
Walking
coupons
sponsors.
by phone
Coaches are Marcus
317
Stevenson, Jeremy Tillman,
773
Keith Button,
8783.
and Kyle
Again, that's 317 773
Keith Button and Kyle Bird, the coaches.
8783 or by email
David Knight, fitness sponsors the cheerleaders. Ashley Wilson,
96
Kathy Moon, and Michaela Gardner, the coaches.
And tonight's ball game is also
And next, we
brought to you by
have our
Mark
senior
and
tackle
Industrial
fifth
Park
grade
and
players.
Storage. It's in
Junior
our
Red
team in
Squad,
Indiana. They have
sponsored by
indoor,
RO
outdoor
Sarge,
storage with
Jeremy
flex storage
Singer, Kyle
availability.
Dyer, Chris
You
Biggs,
can call
and
to
Daniel
reserve
Brooks, the
space right
sponsors.
now. You can
The
call
coaches.
right now for
And
storage
the
space
cheerleaders
at
are
that
sponsored by
perfect
CNC Lawn
location.
Care More.
It's
There's
indoor
a
storage
Stanton
for
Royal
your
Fires
boats,
that goes.
RVs, or your
Next,
precious
we have the senior
automobile.
blue
Could be a
tackle
Corvette,
squad.
could be a
Diamond
Mercedes,
Edmonds and
a
the team, the
Jaguar,
sponsors.
etc.
Jim Tiller,
Or
Bryce Benedict,
outdoor
Alex
storage is
Cosgrave,
always
Matt
available.
Clayton,
To
Jason
contact
Kessler,
our
and
Camping
Kyle Anderson, the
Industrial
coaches.
Park and
The
Storage,
cheerleaders are
simply
sponsored
go
by Stable
online
and Son
at
Food Service. And have the Scott and Angel Pacific are the coaches. And last but not least, the senior black football squad.
or call them by phone
And
at
the Tech
317
Solutions are the sponsors.
774
George Davis, Darren Evans, and Randy Martinez, the coaches.
Industrial Park
Marshall IT Solutions are our senior cheerleading sponsors. The coaches, Ian Spear, and Kimball Campo.
Drilling.
Ladies and gentlemen, now your 2024 Marshall Youth Football Team. Marshall Youth Football League, Brian and Michael teams, and their cheerleaders and all the coaches. Thanks for being here with us tonight, Chris and coaches.
765-292-2315. Again, that's 765-292-2315. Or visit them on the web at RutledgeWellDrilling.com. They're in Atlanta, Indiana. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, in all ways
We
professional.
got a ladies' billfold turned in up here at the press box.
Tonight's game is
Brian-
also in part
Brian
brought to
Mack
you by The
From
Shack.
Tipton,
The Shack,
you
hey,
got
Blue
your
Devil fans.
bucket book
Looking
with
for
the
the
driver's
perfect
license
spot
and key.
before or
Up
after
here
the
at the
game?
press box, you got
Swing
some
by The
appointment.
Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. They've got something for every team member. Whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or ready to tackle the Shack Stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. And that's not all. They've got your game day staples, such as cold beers, refreshing cocktails, or their loaded spiral potatoes. Bring your game face, your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at the Shack. They're located at 311 East Jefferson Street in Tipton. Check out them on Facebook to stay up to date
Ladies and
on
gentlemen, please
specials
welcome to the
and
field
events.
your 2024 Spirit of Homework Marching Band.
Also, tonight's game is in part
The Spirit of Homework 2024 show is entitled On Point
Jewelers tip
and
that they have
features the
precious
following
times
collections of
are
music.
made for precious moments.
By Alexander
And
the Black,
jewelers are there to meet
Provide
your
by
every
Richard
special
Black,
need in the field of
Let's
diamonds,
Go by
gold,
Girlfriend,
and silver,
A
etc.
Fateful Meeting
Stop
by
in
James
and
Newton
visit
Howard,
Hope Jewelers
and
in
1,000
downtown
Airplanes on the
Tipton.
Wall by
Next to
Philip
the
Black.
Diana Theater.
The drum major,
Hope Jewelers
a
located
Wyatt
at
Adams, and
135
Samuel
East
Rivera.
Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana 46072. You can reach them by
Members of your band ready.
765-675-9720. Again, that's Hope
Hello, Mr.
Jewelers.
Stewart.
They're
You
open
are now
Tuesday
back to
through
your
Friday,
chair with Big
9:30
Mike.
to 5:30. And on Saturday, they're open 9:30 to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. Also, tonight's game is in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. Looking for a financial partner that's community-minded like you are? Welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central's Indiana premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for that lower rate on loans or that higher rate on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become part of a financial cooperative that truly cares. With branches in Tipton, Franklin, and Kokomo, they are there to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org. Again, that's encompasscu.org, or at any of their convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. And also tonight's game is in part being brought to you by FritzandFishers.com. FritzandFishers.com. They buy, they sell, they'll trade, and they'll help you to finance your quality car, truck, or SUV. They have preferred low mileage and one-owner automobiles. They have two in Keely, Indiana locations. One is in Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street, 317-842-2228. Again, 317-842-2228. Their second location, Noblesville. It's along State Road 32. It's between Noblesville and Westfield. Get your link, baby, at 317-773-2232. Again, 317-773-2232. Or you can visit them online, or you can stop by and visit them on site. That's FritzandFishers.com. FRITZ. And also, tonight's ball game is being brought to you by Jim Dandy Restaurants. Jim Dandy Restaurants. Jim Dandy not only provides an incredible dining experience for the Tipton community and the folks in the surrounding areas. Jim Dandy wants you and the Blue Devil fans to know that Jim Dandy staff not only wish the best for the football players, they reach out and commend the Blue Devils band and those Tipton Blue Devil cheerleaders because they are positive for their team and their classmates during each and every snap of the ball. That's Jim Dandy Restaurants. They're open 7 days. You'll find him in Tipton and Noblesville. That's Jim Dandy Restaurants. And also tonight's contest is being brought to you by Joe Dean. That's Joe Dean, Dean's Auto Parts. Dean's Auto Parts, that's CarQuest Auto Parts, located at 1110 South Peru Street, Cicero, Indiana, 46034. They are at the south edge of Cicero Town Plaza, right off the State Road 19. They are members at CarQuest Auto Parts in Cicero, and they are there to ensure you get the right parts the first time. You can reach them by phone at 317-984-4931. Again, their number is 317-984-4931. They are a locally owned automotive parts store that works to serve Dean's Auto Parts, CarQuest Auto Parts, and Cicero. And also tonight's contest is being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21 Real Estate. When you're thinking about residential or home ready, Relocations. You know, a perfect house can soon become a perfect home. And Lisa Stokes Bear would like nothing more than to utilize her 20 plus years of experience to help you begin that process. Yes, real estate reliability is something a professional real estate agency and or real estate broker strives for, such as Lisa Stokes Bear. Your happiness and her success are two the same. For the real estate lady with the high real estate IQ, contact Lisa Stokes Bear by cellular phone or by text message. Her number is 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. That's Lisa Stokes Bear. Century 21 sheets. And this game is also in part being brought to you by Camino and Company. Camino and Company live in downtown Noblesville, Indiana. You can find them on the web at Camino-and-company.com. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers, media providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino, which is owned by D.E. Whitman. He is the grandpa of Carly Elbrett. Carly Elbrett is the owner of Camino and Company. And the El Camino is MSS. Their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concepts
I got to let this
to
play for like
completion.
75 seconds.
On the website,
So we got 25 seconds to
now booking 2024 programs. Contact them via the website.
27 weddings lined up. We should do that. On road or something. She purchases flowers from farmers. She organizes it all.
We'll give a shout out to the 7th grade warriors. This is the winner. Right tomorrow. If you want to live, White County has a very active and very successful veteran service office located at the intersection of Condo and O'Connor Boulevard in the old ID Tech building. They're open from 8 to 4 Monday to Friday. And your VSOs, Nate Baker and Jeff Wilborn, are willing and able and happy to assist you with anything you may need in the line of veterans benefits and entitlements. You earned it with your service for our country.
We're at halftime. The regular clock is just emptying out. We got an interview we might play a little bit of here, right here. Hamilton, excuse me. We'll see if this can play through. This will be Rick Venturi. Rick Venturi, he coached the Colts back in '92. He took over for Frank Kush about halfway through the season. He's a defensive coach. I talked to him back in Colts camp, and here's part of the interview.
ABCDEFG, you okay? Okay. You gonna ask me a question? Rick Venturi, former coach of the Indianapolis Colts back in '92. He's gonna talk with us right now. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you too, man. It's been a while, and it's great to see you up in this beautiful venue. I think I told you on the way up here, this is my 43rd training camp, either coaching or covering it. So, you know, this is where I live. This is where I stay. I tell you what, if anybody's more qualified, I don't know who it is. Well, you know, I had those years. I had 27 years of coaching, and now, whatever it is, since '09, I've been kind of a second act in broadcasting, and it's been great for me, you know, at my age, it keeps me relevant, keeps me young. And I just absolutely love it. It's things that I've done my whole life, but I kind of had to learn the radio business and TV business, and I've thrown myself into it. So like I said, it's a good second act for me. Well, you can tell you're having a good time. You're out here at Colts camp. You're having a great time, and a lot of folks are happy to see you here. Well, I hope you're. I think so. I think we've had created a good brand here. I think people know that I'm that I'm a Colts fan, but they also know that I'm unfiltered. That I'm gonna tell it the way it is, and I've been given a license to do that by Colts people, which I'm very happy for. I really, as you know, study the game like I did as a coach. So, my goal is to give you a coach's view of the game, and game planning and all that type of stuff. I don't try to be what I'm not. That's what I do, and hopefully fans appreciate it. I think what they appreciate you. I got to mention defensively. You came out of the defensive mode. A defensive coach means a lot. I most of my career, you're exactly right. Even though I was an offensive player and I started off way back in college as an offensive guy, but then I became a defensive guy. I was very fortunate. I was hired as a defensive backfield coach at 22 years old in Northwestern in the Big Ten, which was unheard of back in the 60s. And so, then from then on, my career was defense. It was, I coached secondary, linebackers, defensive coordinator, assistant head coach. I've worn every hat in the National Football League. And so, hopefully all those, you're a product of all your experiences. I worked with some great coaches in that 27 years, great coaches, including Belichick, Saban, guys that you would know today, much less the older guard guys I worked with. But I was very fortunate. I worked with some really great defensive coaches. Some people don't know that Northwest, it's true. They still have a GPA that is a standard. It's a high standard, and it makes it difficult at times. They'll relax certain things on an athlete, but not much really. Sometimes the board scores them, but those beat down a little bit. But you're dealing with almost with an entrance exam, so you can't make many mistakes. I feel for Northwestern right now in all the, I would say, second tier.
We'll catch that up in a timeout. Kickoff. Tipton kicks it to Twin Lakes. Taking it to the 21-yard line, trying to break contain Blue Devils all over him. He gets out to the 32-yard line. So the Blue Devils pick him up defensively on the kickoff return. And the Twin Lakes Indians going to start 1st and 10 at their own 32.
Cole Hussey getting down there, make the tackle for the Blue Devils.
So from the right hash, 32-yard line, Twin Lakes, first possession, second half. 7 seconds off the clock. 11:53 left in the third. Second half, Blue Devils and the Indians. The lineup in a shotgun. Cooper Dole, single man in the backfield is Brummett. Slot left. Tight slot, right side, the handoff. Brummett up the middle, he spins. He gets out beyond the 35. They'll mark him at about the 36-yard line. He's going to pick up 4.
Yeah, bouncing off guys there. Looked like Oliver Conaway coming up and making the tackle just for a short gain.
So they're going to call it second down. Close to 6, might be closer to 7. Ball's at the right hash. They're going to call it a gain of 6, second and a gain of 4, gain of second down 6. So from the right hash to the line of scrimmage, Twin Lakes. Slot left, slot right. Short side of field, Brummett in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Going to be taken by Cooper Dole. He'll drop a step. He'll throw one down the left sideline, looking for the football. They're going to throw a flag again. Another underthrown ball, and they're going to call interference on Tipton. Tipton has got to turn. That was Clouser.
Yeah, I tell you what, I know they tell them to, watch the receiver's eyes and, come down with their hands when the ball gets there. But that's a hard way to play, defensive back. So, at some time you got to turn and look for the ball. And those guys are, out on an island. If they're the sideline or their fellow defensive players aren't yelling ball for him to turn around, then, it's hard for him to make it. He had him covered. There's just a on a short ball like that, you're going to get called on it every time.
I tell you what, Cooper Dole probably taught to underthrow the football when the defensive backs are not turning around.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but they okay. Well, I guess they thought it wasn't that much of a contact, I guess.
I guess group effort, they pick the flag up. That's good, but that's a difficult way to play. And Coach Kevin O'Shea out to talk to the official, and he wants to know why that flag was picked up, and he's probably got a legitimate beef that they're going to go with the flag picked up. Coach O'Shea not too happy with that flag being picked up, and I wouldn't be either. How about you, Larry?
Not at all.
So shotgun, they go back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 6. Wave the flag off. There's a pass play. Left side going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a 1st down. And maybe a little bit contact there. The catch is made by Keaton Miller. Keaton Miller, sophomore athlete, 1st and 10, Twin Lakes.
Oliver Conaway on that. It looks like the Blue Devils are trying a new idea. They've got some speed guys. They even had Slade Springer up there in a 3-point stance. I'm sure he's not been in one of those since, middle school. But they're trying to get some speed because they sure don't have the size to go against them tonight.
So it's 1st and 10. Twin Lakes at their own 44-yard line from the right hash. Trips to the left, split out wide right. Brummett in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback Cooper Dole. He'll drop to throw. Looking right side, pass play. Going to be caught. Did he get a foot in? They're going to say yes. He got a foot in. Again, that was Keaton Miller. Miller with the reception.
Yeah, Oliver Conaway again on the tackle. But, again, the Tipton Blue Devils need to find some way to put pressure on him. And, they've lost one of their big heavyweight guys on that line. So they're trying to go with speed. But, speed against big guys who seem to have good feet on the offensive line just isn't working for them.
So spotted at the 36. Ball moves into Tipton territory on the pass play from Dole to Miller. So shotgun. Seeing him in the backfield is Brummett. Motion away is Robertson. Hand off to Brummett. He'll go left to right. He's got room to run. He's up the sideline, inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10. Brummett is going to go the distance. 36-yard running play. Mason Brummett with 7 touchdowns on the season. Flag on the play.
It's like there's their flag, and that's usually a block in the back because he did cut it back quite well. Either blocking the back or a hold there. So I'm not sure which one.
So this play is probably coming back. Coach O'Shea not happy, but sometimes that's how it goes. And they're going to mark this off against Twin Lakes, holding against Twin Lakes, and they're going to mark it off from the 28-yard line. So they'll back it up to the 38-yard line, and it'll be 1st down over. It'll be 1st and 12, and Mason Brummett, a good run, goes for nothing.
That was a very impressive run. He waited for his blockers to form and cut it back, and then cut it back again. Very nice run, and unfortunately for the Twin Lakes Indians, got somebody holding him.
But as they say, Larry, this is the biggest team sport that there ever was.
Absolutely, and like I said, right now they're kind of seems like the Indians got it figured out how to attack the Blue Devils right now.
A lot of personalities with those 11 guys. You got to manicure those personalities. Here comes a shotgun. They're going to work an inside trap play, and the ball's loose. He jumped back on it. That was Robertson. Inside trap, Colton Robertson. That was a bit of a toss, and that was a difficult football to handle for Robertson.
That sure was, but he did the right thing. It bounced up towards him, and he just jumped on it and kind of cradled it in.
So the line judge on the north side had a little bit of conversation with the umpire, and they're going to say, I guess it was they call it incomplete pass because he did toss it forward. So it's an incomplete pass. 2nd down, 15. So shotgun quarterback Cooper Dole. He'll take the snap at 6 yards deep. Brummett behind him, slot left, tight slot right side, short side of the field. Blue Devils 4-man front. The drop off, pass play, right side, low pass, couldn't be brought in. Let's double check here. They're going to say he caught it. So that was Keaton Miller. Keaton Miller, 6'3", got down there and made the catch.
Yeah, I'm not, questioning the Blue Devils, but as a defensive coach, they're hitting these short passes, and you got corners 7-8 yards off the ball. I would kind of pull them up a little bit and get more aggressive on your coverage.
That's time to jump a route, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
Be nice. You want down the sideline, tie this game up, and shock the Twin Lakes crowd. Shotgun quarterback, goal. Single man in the backfield is Brummett, slot right. You're going to hand off Brummett up the middle. He's going to be caught right now by the Blue Devils.
Got Calvin Condit coming from the linebacker position on a blitz all the way. Caught him right at the line of scrimmage. It looked about like a yard loss, looks like now.
So second down, 12. Ball's at the 26-yard line. Right hash, Twin Lakes. Clock moving, 9:02. We're in the third quarter. It's a 7-0 contest. Twin Lakes in front. They scored early in the second quarter. They scored at the end that they're running towards right now. Shotgun, Dole. Snap, drops back to throw. Looking for a screen. Going to roll right. He's going to tuck it away himself. He's going to be tackled out of bounds, and they're going to call a late flag on the tackle out of bounds. If they make the tackle and they're in contact while they're in the field of play, they usually let them make the tackle out of bounds. Not sure there.
Well, I think Cole got him, as he took a step out of bounds. So unfortunate for the Blue Devils, but right call.
So they're going to mark off a 15-yarder. So this is going to go to the 10. They're not inside the 20, so it can't be half the distance. And it's going to be a 15-yard personal foul on the Blue Devils. And the Blue Devils going to have to team up right here because it's first and goal from the 10.
Yeah, I think that was, just probably a frustration play. They can't seem to dial up what they need on defense to stop their momentum. So, Cole Hussey's a great football player, but, maybe getting just a little aggravated.
You don't know where to spot the ball right there, Larry. He's talking about the 13. But that's a 15-yarder from the 25. I guess they're going to put it at the 12. Maybe. I'm not sure. But anyway, shotgun quarterback. There goes motion. Robertson. They're going to hand it to Brummett. He's tripped up in the backfield.
Nice play by Calvin Condit again on a full-out blitz from his linebacker position. Got him around the ankles.
So clock moving, 8:27, third quarter. Ball's at the 14-yard line from the right hash. Twin Lakes driving. They're going towards the scoreboard. They're going from the east to the west. They're looking for the play. Play clock's at 17.
Yeah, Blue Devils got to look out for that screen pass as well. They've been doing that all night on them.
So second and 12 to the line of scrimmage and the shotgun play. Slot left, slot right, dropping to throw out of the shotgun. Looks right side, pass is caught at the 5. Again, it's Keaton Miller. Keaton Miller makes the catch, and I got to admit, Dole is throwing the ball where only his receiver can get to it.
Yeah, that looked like, I think that was Quinn Tolan at safety. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's throwing a good ball. That is, is that Oliver or trying to think? Yeah.
So Oliver Conway, defensive. They're running at him a lot. He's getting tonight's workout. That's Oliver Conway. He's having to play against a 6'2" Keaton Miller. So motion away for Robertson to get the jet sweep handoff right to left. Long score. He's going to go in there. Flag on the play. Flag out near the 8-yard line. So he's in for a score for the moment. They'll call it a touchdown. 7:14 left. They give that ball to Robertson on the jet sweep. Colton Robertson, he's a junior. And they're going to let us know it's a holding against Twin Lakes. So they'll nullify a good run and a touchdown. They'll bring it back out of there. And they're going to bring it out 10 yards near the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that was Dallas Capshaw coming up from his safety position. And, yeah, he turned him, the blocker turned him right around backwards. So definitely had a hold of something.
So out to back to the 18-yard line. Going to be third down and 15 for a first. They got to get to the 3 for the first. They need 18 for a score. 7:14 on the game clock. Twin Lakes breaks in unison to the line of scrimmage. Play clock is at 7. Shotgun quarterback Dole. He'll get the snap drop. He'll look right side, pass play to the corner. Oliver Conaway nearly got an interception, but it looked like Keaton Miller was playing handsies with him.
Yeah, I tell you what, we've got a defensive line, Blue Devils of Brady Henderson and, Joey Vaughtaw, and I'm not sure who else, but those guys are, 160, 180, 190 pound guys going against a, 240 pound line. It's a hard way to go.
So they reset the play clock at 25. It's rolling now, 21. Here comes Dole to the huddle. It's 4th down. 4th and 15. They need 18 for a touchdown. Ball's at the 18 of Tipton. Tipton can put a stop right here, get the ball back, and make a drive. Pass play. You're going to go float one to the end zone. It's going to be tipped down. It's incomplete. And Oliver Conaway defended Keaton Miller in the back of the end zone. They float that one up, and that was a jump ball. And Oliver Conaway came up with a good play.
Yeah, that was a good play by him. But again, the Blue Devils aren't getting any penetration at all from his defensive line. Every once in a while, a linebacker will shoot through a gap, and they got to figure that out, or it's going to be a long evening for them.
So the Blue Devils get the ball back. Ball's resting at the Blue Devil 18-yard line. Quinn Toll enters the huddle. 7:04 on the game clock. They break huddle in unison. To the line of scrimmage, Blue Devils send trips to the right. So Blue Devils, Quinn Toll will call the cadence. Single man in the backfield is Calvin Condit. Play clock just began. Plenty of time. Calling the cadence, taking the snap. It's Quinn Toll. He'll hand off left to right. They give it to Calvin Condit. He'll go beyond the 20. He'll get to the 22-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 4 to be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, that again, you got some linemen going both ways for the Blue Devils. I see Brady Henderson out there, and who else was out there as well? Grayson Weatherow, he's not in defense, but yeah, Nathan Hawkins. So guys going both ways too, and a little undersized.
So Blue Devils, they'll line up in a shotgun. Calvin Condit, single man in the backfield. Jaron Aller will switch tight end right side. They have 4 receivers right side. Handoff was going to be taken from the wrong side. Quinn Toll might have opened up the wrong way, or Calvin Condit went wrong side of Toll, but nevertheless, it's kind of a bunched up play, botched play, but they'll get a yard or two. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
51, Chewy Walters again on that stop for the Indians.
So Blue Devils calling the play in the huddle. Looking at the wristband, Quinn Toll, freshman quarterback. 5:52, clock moving. We're in the 3rd quarter. We're at Twin Lakes High School, game number 3. Blue Devils are 2-0. Twin Lakes 1-1. Pass play, right side in the flat. Makes a catch. They tried to get the interception, couldn't get it. And when you don't get the interception, you go for the ball. You give up a good catch and some yak yardage. Isaiah Mahaney, 1st down with the catch.
That cornerback for the Indians made a nice jump on the ball, but just a half a second too late, and completion. Nice run by Isaiah Mahaney.
So ball's at the 36-yard line from the right hash. That was a strong arm throw from Quinn Toll. If you can throw from one hash to the sideline, you've got an arm. Shotgun quarterback, Toll, single man in the backfield, slot left. Here comes near motion. Mahaney, he'll get the handoff, a jet sweep, right to left. He'll try to break contain. He's going to get it out to about the 39-yard line. He'll pick up 3, maybe 3.5. It's going to be 2nd and about 6.
That was number 2, Kyle Kaiser, on the tackle there for the Indians.
So ball spotted 39.5 yard line, right hash, left hash. Blue Devils moving the football methodically. They need a score. We'll see if they get a score. Would they go for 2 here at Twin Lakes? Last night, we were going to see John Harbaugh go for 2 if that touchdown counted at the end of regulation, but it didn't count. Shotgun. Quinn Toll, motion away. Isaiah Mahaney. They'll give it to Calvin Condit. Condit dives it across out to about the 42.5 yard line. It's going to be about a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, he faked it to Isaiah Mahaney on that jet sweep action, but look for that maybe to go to Mahaney next time.
So ball spotted at the 43-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 3. So Blue Devils need 3 to move the chains. They got to get 3 or more. They're going to have to punt out of there. They're in their own territory at their own 43. So Twins, right side. Dakota Carmen's in the slot, right side, sets up. Dropping the throw, Quinn Toll. He's going to roll right. He's going to pull the ball back out. He's going to loft one up down the sideline. Catch couldn't be made. Good effort. Dakota Garman, that was in double coverage.
That was a really good ball from Quinn Toll on the roll. Threw it about 30 yards down and hit Dakota in the wrong place, right in the hands.
Quinn Toll, I tell you what, Larry, he rolled out. He tucked the ball away, but he had his fingers still on the seams, pulled it out and made that throw.
Yeah, and again, that was kind of a jump ball, and Dakota comes down with those probably 8 times out of 10, but he was well covered.
So they're going to back up in punt formation. They've got Quinn Toll in there as a halfback. They're going to snap it, going to boot it out of there. It's a nice punt. Floater be taken at the 22, and Mason Brummett, he takes in a fair catch and a pretty good idea.
Yeah, that was a nice punt by Nathan Hawkins. Had 3 guys coming in right up the middle, so it looked like it was pretty close to being blocked, but he got off a nice one.
So Twin Lakes going to take over the football. 2 possessions so far, 1 Twin Lakes, 1 Tipton. Here in the second half, 3:38 left. Twin Lakes to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, ball resting at the right hash. 22-yard line, Twin Lakes territory. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dold. He'll line up slot right, slot left. They go motion away with Robertson. They go jet sweep. Right to left, he'll break contain. Left side, he'll get a few yards. He'll pick up maybe 4. And Robertson with the jet sweep trying to get what he can.
That was Joey Vaughton, Dallas Capshaw, and not sure who else out there, but they had 3 Blue Devils on the ball.
So they're going to give him a gain of about 5. A 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Ball resting at the 27. Closer to the left hash over there by the Blue Devils line. Out of bounds. Standing over there, the Blue Devils across the way. Shotgun, dropping a throw. Dole. Pass play caught out to the 35. They'll shake 1 tackler. They'll get it out to the 40-yard line, and it's going to be a catch. Ethan Need makes the reception. 1st down, Twin Lakes.
Yeah, Dallas Capshaw made a nice play there, got a hold of his ankle, and just held on tight till reinforcements came.
So Coach Toll mentioned in pregame they were going to have to play good defensive backs tonight because he knew Cooper Dold was going to be flinging the football.
Yeah, absolutely. And so looks like we got another holding call on the Indians here. So they've had quite a few of those. I'm sure Coach O'Shea is not real pleased with that.
No doubt. So they back them up, and that pass play goes for nothing. It's going to be 2nd down long, and they're going to spot it way back at the 17-yard line. And so that's pretty substantial penalty. But they'll back it up. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dold. Single man in the backfield is Brummett. Slot left, slot right. Calling the cadence. Dold, he'll get the snap, drop 2 steps. He'll look down the left sideline. Long pass. Overthrown just barely. They try to find Keaton Miller. And defensive back play good.
Yeah, he was right with him. He stride for stride. Klauser had him covered, but ball just kind of sailed out of bounds.
So that was a pretty good lengthy toss for a sophomore quarterback that likes basketball.
I don't see the flag here. You tell me whether it's blowing still or not, but yeah, that was pretty good throw.
It's blowing a little bit north to south. Maybe not as much as it was when the game started. So they'll go shotgun, 3rd down 15 for Twin Lakes. Dropping the throw. Going to roll out of the pocket right. Looking to get rid of it. He does. Keaton Miller. Ball's incomplete. And Blue Devils trying to make the play there. Oliver Conaway has got to settle down.
Now he has, and Keaton Miller, hit him right in the hands. I'm sure he wants to have another opportunity at a ball like that.
So Twin Lakes going to be forced to punt the football. 4th and 15. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Need is going to back up. He's going to start this approach at his 3-yard line. He'll get rid of it at the 5, and it's going to be not a pretty kick, not a pretty punt. Goes out of bounds in Twin Lakes territory, out of their 43-yard line. Blue Devils 43 yards from tying this game up.
Yeah, this is one of the better places that they've started with the ball. So we'll see if they can make something happen.
So they'll have it 43-yard line of Twin Lakes from the right hash. They're going to put the Blue Devils football in play. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. They're ready to go. 1st and 10. Line judge on the north side. Tossing the ball back to the ball boy at Twin Lakes. So shotgun, Quinn Toll. Slot right. Motion away is Fidel. He'll line up right side. Handoff, going to fake the handoff. Quinn Toll going to carry it. Quinn Toll going to get a gain of maybe 1. Didn't fool a lot of people. Quinn Toll getting what he could.
Definitely didn't fool Tristan Totten, again, number 62 from the defensive line. Looked like he knew the play before it was called.
So ball spotted at the 42.5. We'll call it the 41.5. Going to be a gain of about 1. It's going to be 2nd and 9. So 1:58, clock rolling. We're in the third quarter. It's 7-0. Twin Lakes scored in the second quarter. That's all we've had so far. Blue Devils on a drive. Going to hand off. Going to give it to Calvin Condit. He's loose. He's gone. Calvin Condit going to bring the game to within 1. 42-yard running play. Calvin Condit. They're just a kick away from tying the game. They may go for 2. I'm not sure. I hope Ferg can put it through.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. But yeah, Calvin just needs a seam. He's a short guy of stature, and so sometimes he gets lost there in the middle. But gave him a nice little hole, and he just burst right through it.
So Brogan Ferg is on the surface. He's going to try to boot it through the uprights, tie the ball game. The holder is Joe Klauser. He's counting the players. They switch one in, switch one out. 18 on the play clock, plenty of time. Untimed down, there's the spot, there's the boot, and we're tied at 7. Tie ball game with 1:40 left in the third.
Well, yeah, it looks like, Blue Devils now are back in it emotionally, and we'll see what the Indians do, whether they, I'm sure they're not going to fold or get too upset. There's a lot of ball game left to play, and Coach O'Shea will have them shake that off and get right back after it.
Yeah, tell what, both teams getting ready to go out. Kickoff return. Blue Devils getting a talk right there from Coach Josh Frawley. Tell what, Josh Frawley, he's into it.
Yeah, he sure is. And it's funny because he played against my son. My son was at Heights, and they know each other quite well. But he does get fired up about it, and you got to have a passion, to coach this game and play this game. And he sure brings out the best of them.
I remember watching him play. I've said this before, but he lines up as a running back straight behind the quarterback, and he gets ahead of steam, and he hits the hole straight. He don't veer left or right. He's going to let you know he's coming through the hole.
Very much like Calvin Condit nowadays.
So Blue Devils going to boot the ball away. 40-yard line. Getting ready to kick Nathan Hawkins. Nathan Hawkins, number 54. 6 feet tall, 215. Going to back up a little bit soccer style. 6.5 yards deep. Waiting for the whistle. 1:40 left here in the third quarter. It's 7-7. There's the boot. Low elevation. Going to bounce a couple times. Brummett going to pick it up at the 12, at 16. So we'll take it out to the 34. Mason Brummett. You're going to get up a bit slow and maybe a little bit gimpy. He might need a whirlpool.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of guys will. That was Cole Hussey coming down and hitting him right above the kneecap, and as he came up a little gingerly.
So Blue Devils going to play defense from the Twin Lakes 32-yard line. First and 10, Twin Lakes. 1:35 left here in the third quarter. Twin Lakes High School. We're in Monticello, Indiana. That's the home of the Indiana Beach. Indiana Beach. Tell you what, they're not too far to the north of here. They got resorts and they have camping. Give them a call. Shotgun. Dole, they're going to blow the play dead before the snap. And clock, it just stood still. Nope, the clock keeper is good. Didn't start the clock. And the umpire going to let us know that it's a dead ball foul. Illegal procedure against Twin Lakes. They call that a false start in the pros. False start in college now for some reason, but it's always been illegal procedure at the high school level.
Yeah, once again, seeing out there, the Blue Devils got a small line there with Brady Henderson, Joe Vaughtal, both under 200 pounds, and Nate Hawkins at 215. Don't see Jack Roach in there on defense.
So the lineups trips to the left. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dole, seeing him in the backfield is Brumman. He's going to drop the throw. Looking left. He's going to let one go, and he's going to be incomplete. Off the fingertips right there. They try to get it to number 12, Darren Baker. And defense by Tarkshaw was about the best he could do.
He was he gave him good coverage there, so just off his hands. So I'm sure the Blue Devils are seeing that as being very fortunate.
Tarkshaw runs over, picks up the kicking tee. Everything was fine. That's the black tee. That's for complete vertical football. So shotgun quarterback. Here we go. Second down. 15. Dropping the throw is Dole. Looking right. Going to roll right. Looking. He's going to throw it away. Throws it away prior to going out of bounds. Coach Kevin O'Shea giving him some tips. Kevin O'Shea played quarterback. I tell you what, Kevin O'Shea, I would have liked to see him play. He's a couple of years older than me. He kind of acted like he was more older than me for, I don't know, longer, more than that.
Yeah, he did. He was kind of joking with you on that, I think. That was Cole Hussey there making quarterback throw just a little bit before he wanted to, and the quarterback made a good decision, though, threw it out of bounds, play another play.
Play clock's at 8. Twin Lakes just to the line of scrimmage. 5, 4. Third and 15 gets the snap away at 2 seconds left on the play clock. Going to roll left, looking to throw. Going to roll back right, trying to avoid the Blue Devil rush, and he's going to let it go. And the ball is incomplete. And looked like Brady Henderson.
Yeah, Brady was after him and just, again, made him throw it a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
That line judge, he didn't even reach into his pocket. That was close.
Yeah, it was a little close, but I think he started it in bounds.
So ball spotted at the 27 of Twin Lakes. They're going to have to punt it. 4th and 15. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to stop play here. They blow a whistle. They get the play clock back to 25. Everybody's fine. So play clock is fine. The snap's good. The boot is elevated. It's got a little bit of a spiral. Going to back up to the 33. Isaiah Mahaney trying to get by one would-be tackler. He'll get out to the 40. Isaiah Mahaney using that straight arm to get 5 more yards.
That was he gave up some yardage trying to get to the outside, but he made up with it with a little straight arm, got it out to the 40.
So ball's at the 40. Blue Devils 60 yards away. So 42 yards away a while ago. And Calvin Condon and Ferg tie the ball game. We're 7-7 at Twin Lakes. This is big school versus small school, Larry.
Yeah, sure is. We'll see. They played pretty evenly today.
So line up in a shotgun. Quinn Toll taking a snap. Slot left. Here comes near motion. It's Spidell. He'll reset. Maybe not reset. They didn't call nothing. Pass over the head of Dakota Garman. And too tall to catch. And Quinn Toll knew he made an errant throw.
Yeah, he didn't like that one at all. But, that cornerback was coming up fast, too. So maybe it worked out to his benefit.
I said, Larry, that Spidell went in motion. And then he stopped. He didn't get set for a second. We should have got a penalty.
He was bouncing a little bit there. Didn't get those feet set.
Pros, they can do whatever they want. They're getting millions. I don't know why. Trips to the left, shotgun snap. They're going to hand off. Nope, they're going to keep the ball. That's Quinn Toll. Fakes the handoff to Condit. He'll get out across the 45 to the 47. He's going to be about 3 yards shy. It's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Blue Devils.
It looked like the defender came up and just brushed his face mask and did the right thing, didn't grab it, and but allowed Quinn to get another 3 yards or so.
So 3rd and 3. Ball's at the 47. Tipton territory. Clock rolling, 30 seconds left in the third. 7-7 ball game. We're at Twin Lakes High School. They have synthetic field turf. Brand new year for their synthetic field turf. Blue Devils have had it a year prior. We'll take it from a shotgun snap. Quinn Toll, slot left, slot right. Going to fake the handoff to Condit. Going to pass play in the flat to Jaron. Jaron Aller going to catch the ball, but he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a pretty drawn-out play.
Yeah, I think they tried to pull one out of Coach O'Shea's playbook there with a little inside screen. Didn't work out for him.
So they'll punt the ball away, and the clock empties out. And we're going to finish up this interview. You can listen to Rick Venturi. He was a former coach of the Colts, and now he does works for the Colts organization.
Teams in the Big Ten with Oregon, Washington, USC coming in. UCLA not so much, but those first threes, they're national powers, and they're gonna. I think they're gonna suppress the NFL. I mean, they're gonna use the NFL model, but they're gonna suppress the Big Ten a little bit. I think those second-tier schools are really gonna suffer. All night he can do that, I'm sure. IHSA. He talks a little bit about the trickle down theory from athletics to at the level of. To talk about the trickle down, hopefully that won't happen. Well, it will trickle down because now college football at the highest levels is going to be pro football. It's going to be an NFL model. Eventually, you're going to have divisions. I think you're going to have, and it's going to be regional like the NFL with the NIL. Now you're paying players to play. People have done that in the past illegally, but now it's illegal. And so, the transfer portal, I think, was just ridiculous.
Okay, getting ready to punt. Tipton Blue Devils. Going to let the punt go by the 36. High elevation. It's going to go near the sideline. Might have been out of bounds. They're going to do the mountain climber game. That's what I call it. The line judge on the far side comes up the sideline till the umpire says stop. And that's the mountain climber game. You've seen that game, right, Larry?
Price is Right. Yeah, that's been there for I don't know how long. Price is Right's been on.
They say Adam Sandler. My wife determined this. They say Adam Sandler is the producer of The Price is Right.
Well, yeah, those guys, get the money. They can start, picking and choosing what they want to own.
Very much so. So Twin Lakes to the line of scrimmage, 33-yard line. Twin Lakes territory. Need is the near side. Get a slot left, slot right, shotgun quarterback. Dole, they're going to work the jet sweep again. Robertson, he's going to hold the football there in the left arm. He'll get across the 35 near the 36. And then Robertson, the ball carrier.
Yeah, had a nice convoy there in front of him, but Joe Vaughton and Slade Springer kind of came up and broke through that and kept him for about a 3-yard gain.
Colton Robertson, 5'8", 170. He's a junior. They'll go slot left, short side of field. Slot right, single man in the backfield. Shotgun quarterback is Cooper Dole. Calling the cadence. He'll take the snap, drop 2 steps, look left side. Hard pass off the fingertips of the Blue Devil. That was Springer and caught by Need off the carom.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Slade, but just didn't get enough of it to knock it away and popped up in the air and nice catch.
So first down, Twin Lakes. Clock rolling, 11:07. We're in the fourth quarter. 7-7 contest. Ball's at the 44, left hash. Twin Lakes territory. Slot left, slot right in the backfield. Brummett and sophomore quarterback Cooper Dolden dropped the throw. Looking left, going to let one go. Long ball. Need is there. Couldn't bring it in. They're going to throw another flag. Joe Clouser was there, and I just don't understand. High school football is not a touch foul like the NFL.
Well, I tell you what, again, Joe probably gets away with that if he turns and looks for the ball. I've said it a number of times tonight. The Blue Devil defensive backs are not turning, and you're going to get, if there's any contact and you're facing the receiver instead of looking for the ball, you're going to get a call on you. That's just the way it is. And so something needs to change with the way that these guys are covering. They're covering tight, obviously, but you got to look back for the ball at some point.
So they'll get you the 42. That'll get them across the 50. They're spotted at the 41-yard line, Tipton territory, 15-yard penalty. Defensive pass interference. So they did get one of those picked up earlier. Coach O'Shea didn't like that, but he liked this one. Shotgun, Dole looking left. Hard pass, caught in the flat. I should say caught for about a 5-yard out. Set down routes, and the catch is made. Yards after the catch were good. And that catch was made by number 11, Leo Dellinger.
Yeah, again, I've said this too many times. You know, they're picking them apart with the short passes, and we've got defensive backs that are, you know, the closest guy is 8 yards away. And if, you know, if that's working for you as it is for the Indians, why do anything else?
So ball spotted at the 29, new set of downs for Twin Lakes. 29-yard line, Tipton territory. From the left hash, slot right, slot left, shotgun, Dold. Call the cadence, he'll drop a step, he'll look left again, and same pass play, different man. Catch is made, actually the same guy. Leo Dellinger has 7 catches on the season, and he's got about 45 yards, and that's it. He's a senior.
Yeah, again, Joe Clouser, you know, when you're that far off, they're going to take what you give them, and what they're giving them was those short 5-yard passes that turn into 8, 9-yard passes, and something's got to change.
So to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10, Twin Lakes. Slot left, there goes motion away. That's Darren Baker. Hand off up the middle, not much there.
Yeah, that was a low snap, so he just picked it up, handed it to him, and looks like now we've got Big Jack Roach in playing some defense, and that's again, you know, strengthening that up. But it doesn't matter if you have a pass rush if it's just a catch and throw.
So they lost, I think they lost about half a yard. Ball's at the 17. It's 2nd and 11. Shotgun, going to drop the throw. Pass play, going to be tipped up, and the Blue Devils couldn't catch it on the rebound. The ball went up. And I've said it before, looks like Dold at times takes that drop step before the snap is made to get his 2 steps back behind the 5 yards.
I'm not sure, but that was, you know, I know it looked like Cole Hussey and Slade Springer dove for that ball, but just couldn't come up with it. That would have been a big turnover for the Blue Devils.
So to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down, 11. Shotgun quarterback, Cooper Dole. Brummett to his right. Single man in the backfield, slot left, slot right. Dropping the throw is Dole. He's looking across the middle, high pass, tipped away. Good defense, Blue Devils. That was Oliver Conaway, best play he's made tonight.
And that's what happens when you're looking at the ball. You're not looking at the receiver, and he made a nice play on the ball at the last split second and knocked it away.
That was a big play. If they don't score on this possession, that was a huge play.
That was an excellent play by Oliver, and you know, a little bit of more press coverage might be in order, and he made a nice play because he saw the ball.
10 seconds play clock. They break huddle. It's 4th and 11. Ball's at the 16. They're going to call timeout. They was running out of time. They were not going to. No, Tipton. Tipton is going to call timeout. And I'm going to set up a defense for this 4th down. Big play. This might be the biggest play so far in this game.
They had Keaton Miller out wide right to towards the sideline, and the closest Blue Devil to him was about 12 yards off him.
So both teams talking this over. 9:40 left here in the 4th quarter. Say, well, I'm glad we don't have rain. They talked about a possibility, but they were right. It was going to be south of us. It might be over in the Tipton and South Territory, but not Northern Territory. Thankful here.
A beautiful night for football. Again, wind was a little heavy at the beginning, but it's kind of eased off, and seems to be probably about 68 degrees out there. Beautiful football weather.
So they're saying if we didn't get rain today, Larry, we're not going to have rain for the next 7 to 10 days.
Well, I don't trust those weathermen very much. Although I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. My parents lived there, and when we moved over here, my mom said I could have been the greatest Columbus, Ohio weatherman because whatever we get, they're getting the next day in Indy to Columbus.
Them guys are copying off each other.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
So here we go. 4th down, 11. Play clock has begun. Game clock at 9:40. Shotgun. Slot left, slot right. Dropping a throw. Looking left, tall pass in the end zone. Caught in the back of the end zone, left corner. And it's going to be a touchdown. And it's a lofty pass. So I think that was Brummett, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And it looked like Capshaw and Springer were back there talking to one another after it, like you were supposed to take that guy. No, you were supposed to take him, but nobody was close enough to make a play.
Brummett came into the ball game, 9 receptions, 148 yards. So that's 10, and probably about 164 yards. Here comes the spot. There's the boot. The pooch is just inside the right upright. So it's a 14-7 contest. 9:35 left. Blue Devils are on command.
Yeah, I'll tell you that was a terrible one. For the Blue Devils, you had them there 4th and what was it, 13 or something, and and threw it for a touchdown. So you just can't let that happen.
That's a lofty pass. He's back in the corner of the end zone. He drops it right in. I tell you what, a sophomore quarterback, sophomore Brummett. But look out for the Twin Lakes Indians.
They're good. They're building up here, which is what Coach said and before the game, and he knows how to build a program. So give them a couple years, and they'll be be hard to handle.
So a 3A school, 663 enrollment. Tipton a 2A, 454 enrollment. But 11 on 11 at each time on the field. So they're going to spot it the midfield stripe right in the middle. Again, it's going to be number 40, Ricardo Amaya. He's the kicker. He's a senior, 5'10", 155. He puts it right on that X. Right on the X. Also right there for the soccer circle. They've got a beautiful TL logo. It's right in the middle of the field. There's the whistle. Amaya approach. There's the boot. Pretty good boot. Might get to the 10-yard line. It's going to bounce, picked up by Mejia or Isaiah Mahaney, and he'll get out to the 20. Pretty good return for Mahaney. Not a lot of room. He made space.
Yeah, he only had about 5 yards to the sideline to work with there, so hard to make much of a move when you don't got that much space.
So Blue Devils have an 80-yard course to achieve to tie the game once again. So 9:29 left here in the 4th quarter. 14-7 contest. Twin Lakes in front. Blue Devils going to line up with trips to the left. It's going to line up with Jaron Aller, tight end right. Single man in the backfield. It's Calvin Condit taking a snap. It's Quintoll. He'll hand off left to right. Calvin Condit, he'll dive forward. He'll get about 3 on the carry. So Calvin Condit going to leave him with a 2nd and 7.
Tate Goyer again from his defensive line position. Offensive line for the Blue Devils is not able to move those big guys off the line of scrimmage.
So Blue Devils is going to try to methodically move this ball down the field. They've got 9 minutes to work with here in the 4th quarter. It's 14-7. Blue Devils trail by 7. It's going to line up with Dakota Garman, split out wide right. Slot left, single man in the backfield. Tight end left. Shotgun snap, Quintoll going to hand off again. Condit, he'll get across the 25 out to the 27-yard line. And Blue Devils going to face third and about 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was on the tackle, but again, defensive lineman doing a great job there.
So they're going to need 3. It's 3rd and 3. Ball spotted. It's nosed up to the 27 from the right hash. So 8:20 on the game clock. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. They're going to work trips to the left side. We'll go shotgun quarterback Quinn Toll. He'll take the snap, hand off to Conant. Conant's going to be met in the backfield. He's going to try to get across the 25, and he'll get out to the 27 for no gain. It's going to be 4th and 3.
Yeah, 56 Ariel Contreras and 62 Tristan Totten on the tackle.
So it's going to be a punt situation for the Blue Devils. 4th and 3. They'll back up to punt. 7:38, clock moving, 4th quarter. Gunners head down the field. Going to boot it out of there. It's going to be a high elevation. It's going to bounce at the Twin Lakes 41. It'll get a favorable Blue Devil bounce to the Twin Lakes 33-yard line. A good return.
Some local scores here up in Lafayette area. Frontier 32, Northwestern 0. Central Catholic 23, Logan 21. West Lafayette 28, Lowell 14, and McCutcheon 31, Hamilton Heights 2.
So another 2 spot. Tell you what, a 2 spot, we saw that in last week's game. Tell you what, when you get 2, that either makes you feel good or makes you feel foolish.
Exactly. Yeah, it's that couldn't find any offense, obviously, against McCutcheon.
So Twin Lakes begin this possession at their own 33, just inside the left hash. They're going to line up. Keaton Miller split out wide left. They go slot left. Go wing right behind the right tackle. Shotgun snap. They're going to run a pass play. Sit down route again by Keaton Miller. He'll get to the 40. It'll be a gain of 7. And Cooper Dole had to hold the ball, wait for the cut, and he was holding the ball a long time.
Dallas came up, made a shoestring tackle, but again, just giving them too much room to operate.
So they nosed up the football to the 40-yard line. Play comes into the huddle with Cooper Dole. They break in unison. Play clock's at 15. To the line of scrimmage, 6:49, clock moving, 4th quarter. 2nd down 3 for Twin Lakes. Taking a shotgun snap. He's going to be a handoff. Brummett's going to go left side. 3-hole. He's open. He's loose. He's across the 50. He's got a 1st down. And then some. He'll get to the Blue Devil 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Twin Lakes.
Yeah, Brummett. He's got some shifty moves and threw about 4 moves at him there. And Joey Vaughtal had to make the tackle, but not after a 1st down.
Not to bring up too much in the past, but Brummett about like a Grant Weatherford.
Yeah, he's pretty athletic guy.
So shotgun once again. Cooper Dole, slot right. Wing back left behind the tackle. They're going to hand off again to Brummett. He'll go left side. He'll take it on outside. He'll get what he can. He'll get to the 46, maybe the 46 and a half of Tipton. It's going to be 2nd down and about 8.
So again on the stop, and we said that a lot too. When your safeties are making all the tackles, something's not working quite right on defense.
Yeah, like Leo Dellinger, safety. Twin Lakes came into this game with 26 tackles. It's a lot of tackles for a safety. So they'll go split right. It's going to be 2nd and 9. Shotgun. Cooper Dole, slot left, dropping a throw, pass play. Set down route again. This one's to Need. Need will take a hit. We'll hope he's okay. He might have got it right in the breadbasket where the football was. He might have lost his breath. We'll hope it's nothing more than getting the breath knocked out of him.
Dallas Cashcraw yet again on the tackle, and AJ, I hate to harp on it, but they're this short passing offense, and the Blue Devils seem to have defensive backs that are given this great cushion. And if you're going to give them that much cushion, the Indians are going to take that all night long.
The Oakland Raiders made a living back in 2002 with the dink and the dunk, and that's what we're seeing.
Absolutely. And they've got good receivers that can catch the ball and get some more yards after they catch it too. So that's, that's something that, the Blue Devils are going to have to address.
So they're working on him. He might have knocked the breath out of him. They're bringing his knees up to his abdominal area, and I hope it's nothing more than knocking the breath out of him, but it looks like it might be a little more.
I tell you, if you ever had that, you can't catch your breath. You think you're dying. So hopefully he'll be fine.
I remember the first time that happened. I was in elementary football. We were going one-on-one, ball carrier and tackler. And I was the ball carrier, and Brian Pitts lifted me up and put his shoulder pad right in my belly. And like you just said, I thought I wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, you all things going through your mind, you're just looking for that next breath, and it's not there.
So they're checking on number 15. That's Ethan Need. He's their punter. He's also caught some passes in this ball game. He's 6'2", 165. Junior class member. When you look over there, there's only 7 juniors on this team.
Yeah, they got 21 freshmen and 13 sophomores. So like I said, they'll be good for and a lot of those guys we've seen make great plays tonight. They're definitely a big part of this team. So, good things yet to come for Twin Lakes.
Coach O'Shea took over last year, as you can see. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, well, if you were a parent up here and you've seen the thing that he's been able to do, you're definitely going to want your son to be part of that team if he at all wants to play football. Because, like I said, good things are in the future.
If I'm not wrong, at Central Catholic, I think it's 10 years, 110-10. He had a win streak of 48 games, which included 3 state titles.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment.
So what they had a quarterback there, Avery Denhart. Avery Denhart, he went on to IU. He didn't play football. But I'll tell you what, you probably remember Jack Kaiser. You remember Jack Kaiser?
No, doesn't ring a bell, no.
He was a pioneer. He was their quarterback. He ran the ball forward. Quarterback sneak, quarterback sneak, quarterback sneak. And he was real good. But when he got done playing quarterback at Pioneer, he went to Notre Dame and became a linebacker.
How about that, yeah?
So I'm going to give a hand clap right there. They're going to bring him off the surface. And a good hand clap for number 15, Ethan Need, Twin Lakes Indians. As the Indians stand now from a kneeling position, that kneeling position is a form of prayer for that young man. So he's going to get some help to the sideline. He took a pretty good hit after the catch, but he was right there across the middle. You're going to get hit.
He's 6'2", only 160 pounds, so he doesn't have a whole lot of meat to cover those bones.
So they'll roll the clock. Dole to the huddle. Clock moving, 5:20. Fourth quarter, it's 14-7. Blue Devils need a score. They need a major and an extra point to tie it. Shotgun, pass play, Twin Lakes caught. Sit down route inside the 35. And catch made right there by Twin Lakes.
Again, it's just classic football here. Take what they give you, and that's what the Blue Devils are giving them with that cushion coverage. And so, again, they've been doing it all night, and they continue to do it.
So ball's inside the 35, Tipton territory. It's nosed up to the 34 from the left hash. 1st and 10. New set of downs for Twin Lakes. Shotgun. They'll go slot right. You're going to come out of motion there. Robertson might start that field a little bit early. No flag. They're going to run it up forward. Brummett gets to the 31. And a play right there is going to be a gain of 3. 2nd down, 7.
Another tackle by Joey Vaughton, having another good night. A true freshman, so big things ahead for him as well.
So from the 31-yard line, Blue Devils going to play D at the right hash, going to be the left hash, as Twin Lakes take the ball from the west to the east. Play clock's at 12. Slot left. In the slot is Robertson. Shotgun quarterback Dole. And they're going to hand off again to Mason Brummett. Brummett gets some resistance. Flag comes in. Might be another holding call. We'll see. But the flag came in from the umpire. When the umpire sends a flag in, it's going to be a holding call for the most part. And they're going to help Mr. Need. Mr. Need is going to be taken away with an ambulance here. We'll hope the best for him. He helped off, but he looked like he was going to be okay.
Yeah, and again, like I said, he doesn't have a whole lot of meat on those bones. So if he caught one in the ribs, he might have a little cracked rib there. That's never a fun thing.
So a holding penalty. They'll back it up 10 yards from the point of the hold. So it'll be second down again from the 41-yard line. Nosed up to the 41 from the left hash. So Doles to the huddle. Cooper Dole, sophomore quarterback, 6'2", 160. Cooper Dole has thrown 3 touchdown passes, now 4. He had one to Mason Brummett earlier. Dropping the throw, looking left. He's going to roll left. Rolling left, looking to get rid of it. He does. It's going to bounce in there. It's not a catch. Coach on the sideline for Twin Lakes wanted to catch and would go Leo Dellinger. Couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, Leo was sure lobbying for that catch. He got up and really excited, and the referee wasn't buying it.
So they back it back out. They respot at the 41. It's third down, 17. So Blue Devils need to put a stop up, and they're going to have to go through the air to get a score here in the fourth quarter. We're going to see Quinn Toll's arm. We'll hope that Twin Lakes can halt this possession. See if Tipton can put a hand in the air right there. He throws it away. It's incomplete. And the Blue Devils had the blitz on, and your buddy, was that Henderson?
Brady Henderson, yeah, came free on that one, and really rushed him. And he looks like quarterback looks like he's holding an arm or something. He's not too ginger coming over to the sideline.
I think he got a carpet burn on that right elbow. He's a right-hander.
He could have.
So that's fourth down. They got a punt. They can't go for this. 41-yard line. They're running out of time. They might need a timeout here to get personnel. 5 seconds. And they're going to call one. They don't want to lose the 5 yards, but they'll have to call the timeout. And the new punter we're going to see is 43, Judson Gorton. He's also a junior, 5'9", 165. Their normal punter is 15, Ethan Need. And we'll pray for him and get him back on the surface maybe next week.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm sure he's looking forward to it. You never want to have an injury that takes you out, out of the game. So we'll hope and believe that he's going to be just fine.
So timeout on the surface. Twin Lakes was running short, getting personnel changed out. They didn't quite know if they were going to punt or go for it. It is 4th and 17. Ball's at the Tipton 41. So they elected that they're going to send back their punting unit. And as mentioned, dropping back to take the snap is number 43, Judson Gorton. He's a tight end and a linebacker. I don't think we've mentioned his name tonight.
No, I don't believe we have.
So he's going to stand at the 47-yard line across the 50. They're standing at the 47 of Twin Lakes. So it's going to be a 13-yard snap. There's the snap. Good snap. There's the boot. Line drive. Nice punt. It's going to go in the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. So it was a spiral. It was low elevation. It went straight to the end zone.
He kicked it a long way, so that was a good punt by the backup punter.
Got the net wasn't good, but yeah, it was about a 53-yard punt. That wasn't too bad, but he needs some elevation.
Yeah, he'll learn.
He's just a junior. So he's one of the 7. And the Blue Devils are going to take over 20-yard line. 3:35 left in the fourth quarter. 14-7. Blue Devils need a score and an extra point to tie, and they may go for 2. We'll see. So Quinn Toll, empty backfield. Trip to the right. 2 to the left. You're going to throw the ball forward. It's going to be incomplete. He almost got sacked. I thought that ball was going backwards from here.
Yeah, that 62, that was Tristan Totten again getting pressure on Quinn, and he just kind of threw it out in the direction of Dallas Capshaw.
So it's 2nd and 10. They go with the empty backfield. I mean, that's putting some pressure on a freshman quarterback. Empty backfield. So they're going to go empty backfield again. Dallas Capshaw going to be right side in the slot. So trips to the right, slide to the left. Going to drop the throw. Step up in the pocket. Looking. You're going to loft one to Dallas Capshaw on the sideline. Would have been about a 20-yard gain, and couldn't make the catch. It goes out of bounds.
That was good thought by Quinn, trying to put it up in the air and give Dallas a 50-50 ball to go for, but just a little too far.
Quinn's going to need some protection. I mean, he can't do it all.
Yeah, like I said, that's one thing that the Blue Devils are going to have to navigate around is just a general lack of size on the line.
So Quinn Toll, shotgun, talking to Calvin Condon. He's in the backfield. Slot left. Jaron Aller, tight end right. They got to split in right side. Dropping a throw. Quinn Toll. He's going to let one go. First down territory. Couldn't make the catch. A little bit tall. Trying to find Dakota Garman across the middle. Would have been a 20-yard gain. Incomplete. It's going to be fourth down.
Yeah, we're, no reason to, they're going to punt it away, it looks like.
So as Butch Kramer said, stops the clock at 3:16. Pretty good verse in the book of John.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're going to back up to punt. So Nathan Hawkins calls for the snap, gets a good snap. Boots it out there down the middle. Spiral, going to be let it go. Brummett lets it go. It's going to be a good roll for Tipton to the 31-yard line. So that was a 51-yard punt.
Yeah, good way to flip the field there, Nathan Hawkins. But again, times to the advantage of the Indians on this one.
So Blue Devils, I think they have all 3 timeouts left, right?
Yeah, I think they do.
They're going to need them. Going to have to stop the clock. I think they're probably going to go to a running game here. Entering the ball game late is Dakota Van Wilden. And they might have had 12 in the huddle there, John. Excuse me, John. But Larry, and they're going to 22 seconds on the play clock. They got plenty of time. 3:06. Shotgun snap. They got to hand the ball off. They're going to go jet sweep. Left side again, that's Robertson. He's got some room to run. He'll be knocked out of bounds. He'll get a gain of about 5. Capshaw with the tackle and then picks him back up.
Looks like he's got a first down on that run. And again, that just it kind of broke contain out there, and the Devils couldn't turn him back inside.
So he picks up 7. 7 yards on the pickup for Robertson on the jet sweep right to left. Second down 3, and they'll break huddle. Play clock at 16. Game clock stationary. Tackle was made out of bounds at 2:59, fourth quarter. Shotgun snap and handoff. Brummett. Brummett goes forward, didn't get to the 40. He got 1, and the Blue Devils trying to play D right here late in the game.
Joe Vaughton again making a tackle out of his defensive tackle position.
So they'll spot it at the 39. It's going to be 3rd and 2. This is going to be a big down. 2:39. Blue Devils can get a stop right here, either at the line of scrimmage or for a loss. They'll probably spend their first time out. Stop the clock. It's 2:29. Clock moving. Fourth quarter. Shotgun. Snap for Gold. In the backfield is Brummett to his left. Going to call for the cadence. You get a low snap. It's on the surface. Picks it back up. He relocates. It go down the middle. Be a pass, and they're called interference. They're going to call another face guarding interference. And I tell you what, there's probably nothing else that referee could have done but throw a flag.
Absolutely. Again, you got to turn and look for the ball. And all night we've seen the Blue Devil defensive backs playing with their back to the ball, and that's just a hard way to play.
So Dold had a snap that was at his feet. It rolled behind him. He picked it up, rolled left, and threw a strike, about a 20-yard pass downfield. And a difficult to play defense. They called that on the Twin Lakes. Did he get that right? We'll see, but there was some hand checking down there. And if that's the truth, wow.
Yeah, it's the crowd certainly doesn't like that one. You know, those normally go against the defensive back, but you know, I don't question the refs very many times, but that one's scratching my head.
Well, replay is a bummer. Don't have that. But there was some hand checking right there. And you know, we looked up at the different time that the defensive back official saw the play. So these fans not very happy here on the Twin Lakes side.
No, not at all. I hope those referees' car is warmed up.
So they backed the ball up to the 24 of Twin Lakes. Everybody and their brother thought it was going to be a defensive pass interference. And we thought that the clock would probably get ran out after a few timeouts by Tipton. But no, it's 3rd down, 17. 3rd and 17, Twin Lakes. Ball's back at the 24, their own 24. Calling the cadence, Cooper Dole. Brent in the backfield, they're going to give a handoff again. Left to right on the motion man, that was Robertson. Robertson's going to get some yardage. He's going to be about 6 yards short. He'll pick up 11. Robertson moves the football, but it's 4th, and they're going to need 6 yards. Let's see what they're going to do, but they got to punt the football.
Like there's got another flag on the play. Let's see what's going on now. They take another one against the Indians, that might get hostile in here.
So there's a holding penalty. That'll nullify the 11-yard run by Robertson. They'll go back to not the 26. That must have been where the hold took place. They'll walk it off 10 from the 26, evidently. They're not quite sure. I'm not sure about this bunch. But they'll probably keep their jobs, but they may work a little further away from this area for a while.
I don't know. Like I said, the crowd that is still yet here is not happy at all in red here.
They've only been unhappy for about 2 minutes, though.
Oh yeah. It's it had a lot of pass interferences on the Blue Devils tonight. So yeah, they didn't have anything to complain about until these last couple minutes.
They're still talking about that play, Larry. We might have to have calisthenics again.
I don't know. I have to stretch my hamstrings out just to figure out what's going on here.
So there's a holding penalty. We're trying to determine where they're going to mark it off from. Now they're talking to Coach Toll on the other sideline. Couple of the officials, the umpire, I think the south line judge. This is an east-west field. And there's 2 minutes straight up. This is not the 2-minute warning, but there are 2 minutes left in the ballgame. I should say in regulation at the moment. They're going to mark it off from the 21, so they're going to take it down to the 11 because they can't take it half the distance because it's outside the 20. I should say 26, so they'll take it to the 16. So it's 3rd down and a mile. So they're going to back it up to the 16-yard line. 5, 10, 15, 25 yards to go for a first. Let's see what Coach O'Shea sends in with Dold. He's going to enter the huddle. So there's the whistle. Play clock should have begun. It didn't. Yeah, there it is. 24 seconds, counting down. Game clock stationary at 2 minutes. It'll start on the snap. Shotgun formation, slot right. Ball's at the left hash at the 16-yard line of Twin Lakes. Taking a snap. Cooper Dole to back couple steps. He'll roll right, looking to throw. He's going to release one. It's going to go to the sideline. Miller makes the catch. They're going to say he's in bounds. It's going to be a good gain, but they're still going to be 5 yards short, and they're going to have to send out their punter. And again, it's going to be number 43, Judson Gorton. So the Blue Devils are going to have about 1 minute and 45 seconds unless they fair catch this ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Twin Lakes has a fake punt, this might be the time to run it.
I bet you they've got a couple of them with the coach they have. They're going to pitch it back there. He gets a punt away. High Red, they've got room to run. picks it up at the 33. Dallas Capshaw on the return. He'll get it out to the 38-yard line. 5-yard return. Clock is stopped at 1:43. Blue Devils have 63 yards to pay dirt.
And how about that? No flags on the play.
Unbelievable. So the Blue Devils going to put the ball in play at the left hash. Their own 38-yard line. I misspoke. 38-yard line. So they need 62 yards. In the shotgun is Quinn Toll. Tight end left. He's going to drop to throw. Blocking back is Calvin Conde. He's going to roll right, looking to throw. He's going to be caught in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage. He'll be back at the 32. And he's going to lose 6 yards. And timeout Blue Devils. They'll talk this over with a timeout.
Again, sent 3 guys deep and nobody underneath for Quinn to check down to. And I don't understand it.
If the quarterback's in distress, you got to have an instant comeback. If the gentleman going the same direction as Quinn has got to put a foot in the ground and sprint back towards Quinn so he could get to the ball first.
But, a nice 7-8 yard drag, too, when you're sending 2 guys deep might work, too. But when you send all 3 guys deep, 30 yards down the field, there's not any other option for him to do but throw it away or take a sack.
He was in distress for sure. Freshman quarterback, he's got a lot of savvy. He played a lot. He played 7th, 8th grade, probably under 8th grade, 6th grade level. He played well as an 8th grader for you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. He had quite a few great long throws, and again, just a good all-around athlete. But just as smart as he is athletic.
So here come the Blue Devils. They're going straight out to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, 16. Loss of 6 on the sack. They're going to go empty backfield again. Twins left, trips to the right, short side of the field. Taking a snap, Quinn Toll. Going to pass one in the flat, Dallas Capshaw. Looking for blocking backs in front of him. Capshaw gets to the 31. He's going to lose a yard on the pass play.
Yeah, that's a little bit too short of a check down.
So Blue Devils probably calling one more time out here. And I think they have one additional. Don't they have the third? They didn't call they've called 2, right?
I don't believe they've used them all up. Yeah.
So Blue Devils going to talk this over. 14-7. 14-7. I tell you what, when we showed up today, I'm telling you what, I felt good. And this is not a bad game, even if it's not a win.
Yeah, like I said, they gave up a lot of yardage, just not a whole lot of points. But we'll see if they can battle back here. But, I'm sure they thought coming in they'd score more than 7 points.
So Blue Devils talking this over. I think it's their 2nd time out here in the second half. And ball spotted at the 30-yard line, nosed up to the 30 from the right hash. So Blue Devils straight over to the line of scrimmage from their huddle on the sideline. They've got Twins left, trips right, empty backfield. Quinn Toll, quarterback, takes a shotgun snap. He'll throw it left side. Knees on the surface. Isaiah Mahaney, they're going to call it incomplete anyway, but Mahaney went down to catch it with his knee down. If he'd caught it, he'd been down right there.
Absolutely. Well, again, a little too late in the game to try to start some of these one-on-one, get your ball outside there, a guy that can make a play. But so we'll see what they can draw up here on a 4th and 17, 18.
Well, Twin Lakes calls a timeout. Defensive timeout, 1:08 left. They just want to make sure nothing happens that shouldn't happen. But I don't know. Does Tipton punt or do they go for this?
I think you have to go for it. I mean, there's no way you're going to, Twin Lakes could get the ball and take, 3 knees and pretty much run out the clock. So you got to try it here.
So Tipton's got a big playbook. They got stuff they work on. You got to have something under your sleeve in a situation like this.
If you got a hook and ladder or something like that, that'll be the time to use it.
I've seen them use the hook and ladder. I think it's been successful a couple of times. I've seen it. And so let's see what they're going to do. 4th down, 17. They're calling it 18 on the board. Ball's at the 30-yard line, Tipton territory. 70 yards away, but they need 18 yards to continue. So they're going to go, Calvin Condon in the backfield. Dropping the throw, Quintal. You throw a pass, going to be hook and ladder, and they made the initial catch, and the catch was made, and the flip to Calvin Condon was incomplete. So I don't know, but hook and ladder was their effort.
I hope I didn't give that away to the Indians coach who's up here, but yeah, I thought that's if you had it, you ought to use it, and they did use it.
So they're working on it. So 1:01 left. And Tipton going to give the ball back to the Twin Lakes Indians. So Twin Lakes going to put the ball on the surface in a kneel down. Going to be the second kneel down, second time under center in the whole game for Cooper Dole, the quarterback. He'll take the snap, back up a yard, put a knee down, roll the clock. It's at 57 seconds. They started at 40 this time. So they're going to have to snap it one more time. And I will mention the next game on the agenda for Twin Lakes Indians. Next week, the 13th of Friday, Twin Lakes will be at Lafayette Central Catholic at 7. And the Blue Devils
will have their first home game of the year with the Western Panthers coming to town.
So they're going to take another kneel down. 31 seconds left. Dole takes the snap, kneel down. He'll knee it, and that's going to run the clock out. It's at 23 seconds. They don't have to snap it again. Blue Devils and Twin Lakes are going to meet at midfield. They'll shake hands. And not a bad game, 14-7. Worth the trip. Blue Devils are on the mend, but they're climbing.
Yeah, they got a few things they need to work on, and the one thing you can't work on is size. I mean, you've got what you got to work with, and those guys are giving their very best, I'm sure. But that's a hard thing when you've got guys in there at being undersized by 40, 50 pounds. That's a hard thing to ask. So I think they need to, shore up a little bit. I mean, any other team watching this film is going to see, hey, we can throw those 5-7 yard passes all night long if they're not going to make a change in the way they cover. So anyhow, back to the drawing board a little bit, but it's going to be good to have a home cooking next week.
So that's some pretty good sportsmanship crossing there, right across the logo. Blue team, white jerseys, red jerseys. I tell you what, Tipton will see them in basketball. They will.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Tipton's got a good basketball team. I don't know what Twin Lakes has got right now, but they got a good coach, I know, and so they'll be battling on the hardwood.
Cliff Hawkins, I put him up against anyone.
I don't know him, but I know he's a good coach.
44th year coming up. So we're going to bow out here. We thank you for listening. We'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.
Next grade.
All right.
Right now, I'll talk to I played football. Talking to him, come down the stairs, say, hey, it's gonna rain. Everybody's running to their car. Good job, Butch. You sound good. Safe travels, AJ. All right, you too. See you later.
All right, you. Is that boy gonna be okay? You know.
Thank you very much. Y'all keep yours. You have your, you know what? Yeah.